Face your destiny, slay your enemy, raise a legacy. No more apologies, trust your abilities, gather the energies. Pull yourself back together, been staying off track forever. Child of the nation, will seek redemption, time for salvation. Today is meant to be day of victory, time for history. Reverse the tendency, fight the entropy, channel your rivalry. You're praying for fortune to come, you're hearing the sound of the drums. It's too late to backtrack, go pack your bag now. Keep your feet on the ground and stand up. You've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out, out, out. Stand up, up. You've got what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you black out, out. Give all you got, show them how to make a miracle. Stand up, up. You've got what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you black out, out. Give all you got, show them how to make a miracle. Go save your team, be a hero. Take home the cup, be a star. They waiting for you, take aim, shoot your arrow. It's your time to shine, show them who you are. Stronger, gotta go faster, gotta get better, gotta work harder. It's fight or flight now, get up now. Go with the move, go for the goal, lead up the stadium, you know how it's done. Stand up, up, you've got what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you back out, out. Give all you got, show them how to make a miracle. Stand up, up, you've got what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you back out, out. Give all you got, show them how to make a miracle. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out, out, out. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you black out, out. Give all you got, show them how to make a miracle. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you black out, out. Give all you got, show them how to make a miracle. She doesn't have the time, always talks about all the other guys. Will I ever understand? Without her, it's not fair, I need you back. No more crying at the end, I'll do it again. I told you I was lonely, laughing, get out my head. talk to me, I just want a little bit of company. You acting like you really wanna fall for me, but baby, can you tell me who you wanna be? Wanna be, yeah. Talk to me, I just want a little bit of company. You acting like you really wanna fall for me, but baby, can you tell me who you wanna be? Wanna be, yeah. I left my demons in my past. I still want something that can last. You make me feel like I'm okay. We both know that you feel the same. Ooh, baby, I got nothing else to prove. You're talking about your bad side of me. Remember that you always get to choose. Talk to me, I just want a little bit of company. You acting like you really wanna fall for me, but baby, can you tell me who you wanna be? Wanna be, yeah. Talk to me, I just want a little bit of company. You acting like you really wanna fall for me, but baby, can you tell me who you wanna be? Wanna be, yeah. Yeah, I guess you got my intention. Got no place I'd rather be, feel like another dimension. I don't wanna talk, baby, you should let it go. I don't wanna go, let me stay a little more. Now talk to me, I just want a little bit of company. You acting like you really wanna fall for me, but baby, can you tell me who you wanna be? Wanna be, yeah. Talk to me, I just want a little bit of company. You acting like you really wanna fall for me, baby, can you tell me who you wanna be? Wanna be, yeah. Control. We feel the heat, but we don't wanna let go. We answer questions that we ask alone. I hear the words, but they're coming out an echo. So, would you give up the fight if you had no time to even surrender? Would you give up your rights and let your life slide away? When it suffocates at the bottom, don't take the bait, just walk away. Resuscitate your nirvana. I feel a way I've never felt before. I finally found what I'm looking for. So, would you give up the fight if you had no time to even surrender? Would you give up your rights and let your life slide away? Give up the fight if you had no time to even surrender. Would you give up your rights and let your life slide away? Introduce me, I'm the renegade. Ooh, every single night, I crave the taste. It's the adrenaline running through my gait. It gets me high, high, high. Got no time to waste. Ain't got time for small talk. I tell you the truth. I'm fast as you. I'ma tell you the truth. Not in it to lose, just fast as you. Look into my eyes, I'm not afraid. Take over my mind till it fades. Like a medicine, it keeps me safe. This neon lights lead the way. Ain't got time for small talk. I tell you the truth. I'm fast as you. I'ma tell you the truth. Not in it to lose, just fast as you. Fast as you. I tell you the truth. I'm fast as you. I'ma tell you the truth. Not in it to lose, just fast as you. I tell you the truth. Just faster than you. Just faster than you. It's been a while, yeah. Safe to say over a year. Still it feels like I saw you every day. Tired of hanging around the ones that always need an explanation. I don't need to every day. Explain myself, don't hold it against me if I'm somewhere else. Put all the masks that I had on the shelf. Wish I could stay, but it's bad for my head. Something's coming, I wanna be everything I thought that I could never be. Build me up, ease my peace. Figure out by all the points that made me. Used to feel like I belonged to a certain place or a town. Feeling safe, feeling sound when I'm still around. But there's something in the distance. I wanna know what it's like. Don't worry, I'm still with you all the time. Explain myself, don't hold it against me if I'm somewhere else. Put all the masks that I had on the shelf. Wish I could stay, but it's bad for my head. Something's coming, I wanna be everything I thought that I could be. Build me up, ease my peace. Figure out by all the points that made me. Something's coming, I wanna pretend to like you. I hope you feel the same. I take a chance and not lose. I can't pretend to like you. It's just I never thought you were sitting next to me. I don't understand. It's just I never seen you smile. You wanna make out, give me a second. It's just you never talk, I never listen. When do we fall in love? Make up your mind, honey, 'cause I can't pretend to like you. I hope you feel the same. I take a chance and not lose. I can't pretend to like you. I can't pretend to like you. I hope you feel the same. I take a chance and not lose. I can't pretend to like you. You need a friend. I can't help this time. I'm in trouble. It's your eyes, I can't seem to focus. It doesn't matter 'cause you live a lie. You want attention from every guy in the park, but when you call, give you my heart, you rip it out. I can't pretend to like you. I hope you feel the same. I take a chance and not lose. I can't pretend to like you. I can't pretend to like you. I hope you feel the same. I take a chance and not lose. I can't pretend to like you. I can't pretend to like you. I hope you feel the same. I take a chance and not take a chance and I can't pretend to like you.
I've been so anti yeah, you're a bad chick and you know that. Eyes roll back every time you throw that. Love letter on your bed, I wrote that. I need you and I'm not afraid to show that. I could buy you anything, anything on your everything, everything. Buy you anything, anything on your everything, everything. My world falls down when you pick me up. I came up from a small town, no one hit me up. Now they wanna be my friend. Everybody play pretend. But now I'm pulling up in a Bentley. No, really ain't you can tell me. What? I just wish somebody would help me. This lifestyle is not healthy. I could buy you anything, anything on your everything, everything. Buy you anything, anything on your everything. I could buy you anything, anything on your everything, everything. Buy you anything, anything on your everything. She's a goth girl, welcome to my goth world. Fell in love with the diamonds and pearls. Yeah, we do what we want when we want. Sex faith with the new Saint Laurent. Party too lit, get kicked out. All alone, that's the only way to live now. Yeah, we do what we want when we want. I'ma get you anything that you want. I could buy you anything, anything on your everything, everything. Buy you anything, anything on your everything, everything. Yeah, I could buy you anything, anything on your everything, everything. Buy you anything, anything on your everything. I could buy you anything, anything on your everything, everything. Buy you anything, anything on your
feel on top of the world. I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world. I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world. I want to conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world. I feel on top of the world right now. I call a shot to the man with the plot and we only go bombs away. Ain't no one protecting my mind as a weapon, that's why I'ma dominate. Taking advantage of every second, now I ain't got time to waste. They all tryna sign my name, they want me to sign my name. Counting your blessing while I count that in my winnings. We take 50s and 100s and throw them up to the ceiling. Everything I envision, now everybody gon' witness. Only difference between us is I ain't stop till I finish. Yeah. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I wanna conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. Savage, you've been distracted, your best, my average, there's a reason for that's a fact. So they snapping back, mad at the fact that I don't have a backup plan, I ain't need that. Outworking everybody when I relax, so I ain't tripping about none of y'all feedback. Every day I wonder when I'm gonna peak at, and that's why you count your blessing while I count that in my winnings. We take 50s and 100s and throw them up to the ceiling. Everything I envision, now everybody gon' witness. Only difference between us is I ain't stop till I finish. Yeah. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I wanna conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I wanna conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. Shots on the man with the plot and we only go bombs away. Ain't no one protecting my mind as a weapon, that's why I'ma dominate. Taking advantage of every second, now I ain't got time to waste. They all tryna sign my name, they want me to sign my name. Counting your blessing while I count that in my winnings. We take 50s and 100s and throw them up to the ceiling. Everything I envision, now everybody gon' witness. Only difference between us is I ain't stop till I finish. Yeah. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I wanna conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world. For the last time, this ain't a song, it's a battle cry.
These are those moments I don't think anybody else is going to forget.
Another day of ESL Pro League Season 12. Who even knows what day we're into, but you're on the B stream and this is the Malta 2020 online season. So it's great to have you here with us in Sydney, Australia. Of course, we're broadcasting from Down Under. Quick time check for you, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into the show. It's 4:35 a.m. in the morning. My name, of course, is Elfish Guy, and I have a problem right now. And it's not one of my own problems. It's actually a problem with some external parties. These two gentlemen on the desk would not stop giggling in the lead up to the pre-show. So
Me?
It was, look, you've made my life really difficult. You've made my job tough. I normally like to have a pretty good, solid introduction. And with you two just giggling, it's kind of put me off. It's distracted me a little bit.
Yeah,
So
how have you been put off? You just did a very solid introduction.
Yeah,
I would rate that
thought
introduction.
That was probably one of your best introductions. I don't know what you're even talking about,
I
Jordan.
honestly think that this kind of is contributing to your peak performance.
Okay, well, all I'm just saying is I want a public apology from you for...
For what?
I'll have
You
a-
tried to
I'll-
sell me off yesterday for followers.
Well, I
You
mean,
didn't even
actually,
sell. It was a giveaway.
by the way, that giveaway is still
No,
online.
it's not.
So if you'd like to take this guy in the white shirt, his name is Mac. If you'd like to take Mac home, just go ahead and follow me on Twitter at ElfishGuy. And if we get 4K followers by the end of ESL Pro League Season 12, we will be giving away Mac. We'll ship him anywhere in the world. It's fine. If you want him in one piece, you're going to have to get me to 5K followers, though.
5K?
Express delivery.
Express delivery is 6.
Okay, I won't have to sit in the box for too long, so I think that's okay then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, just go ahead and do that. And for now, we'll just let you know what's going on the B stream today. Obviously, you want to tune in with the Counter-Strike. I'm sure you don't want to listen to us talking too much on the desk. It's FURIA and Triumph for us here today, so that'll be an interesting one. Triumph obviously going to look to try and turn their season around, and FURIA are looking to consolidate towards the top end of things. On the mainstream, things have been business as usual. They're already halfway, a little bit more than halfway through actually their second game, which is NIP Astralis. That's 1-1 at the moment. Spirit did manage to get themselves a map against Complexity, though, so a good result for them there, I feel. Vitality and Astralis to end the day. So that's a pretty big match to finish the day on the mainstream, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Vitality and Astralis should be kind of a banger. I think all of these maps have been pretty good, and I'm constantly impressed time and time again with Spirit. They always take a map. They always push some of these better teams. So I really like watching them.
Yeah, 10 rounds on map 3 as well, and only barely got that map, by the way. I think it was 16-14 that they managed to edge Complexity out. I can't remember what map it was. I just had a quick glance at the stats before. But it looked all right, and I also slept in. So again, I didn't get to watch it. I slept in till 2 a.m. or 2:30 a.m. rather than, you know, waking up at midnight to catch the first game. Yeah.
Slacking off, mate.
All right, let's have a look back at yesterday as well, just to remind you guys of what's been going on here on the B stream. We've got a few replays ready for us, and had a pretty decent game yesterday, at least for Chaos fans, I guess. Gen G definitely didn't cut the mustard against Chaos. We sort of went into that one expecting that Chaos would be maybe the favourite, but the fashion in which they were able to sort of rampage through Gen G was a surprise.
I think it's a bit of an analogy, those results, for where both of these teams are at. Chaos is on a massive upswing at the moment. They just seem to get better and better and better every time I watch them play. Whereas Gen G, they're kind of on a downward trend at the moment. They seem to be really struggling to put the pieces together. A couple of those individual players really being inconsistent and underperforming in a lot of these matches. So I think Gen G is going to have quite a tough time actually making it into the playoffs here for NA.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to. At this point, I feel like they've lost too many matches already. They've lost a couple of key ones, and when they do play some of the better teams in the group, it's not going to be looking too nice for them. And Chaos, I feel like they're going to cause a couple of upsets. I feel like, especially when they go up against Liquid, there's a high chance they could cause that upset. You know, they're at least going to be taking a map there, as long as they're playing their A game.
You reckon Chaos is a bit of a dark horse for this group? Not that they would maybe win it, but that they should certainly get into the top 4 now, at least based on what I've seen.
Yeah, I think so. I think, to be honest, Chaos should be qualifying for those playoffs. They should be able to actually make it all the way. I'm keen to see how they play against EG.
Me too, and we're into the CS Money pre-show for today as well, which is where we're going to start talking a little bit more broad strokes about what's been going on in ESL Pro League so far. You know, we've been here every day. You guys have probably been watching every day. There's been a lot going on. So, you know, we sort of need to catch up with what's been happening around the world. We probably, you know, want to keep an eye on Europe. We actually haven't had the opportunity to cast too many European games lately. We've been mostly taking a look at North America, but certainly been some good Counter-Strike going on across the board here in ESL Pro League.
Yeah, look, I think there's plenty going. And like today, I feel like it might be one of the lesser so, you know, FURIA, they're looking pretty good at the moment. Yep. And Triumph, they're still trying to find their feet. But, you know, FURIA, I think they're just a bit too aggressive for Triumph to deal with.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll angle ourselves towards the European side of things for now, though. Take a look at the standings as they stand in that area of the world. Obviously, it's quite a compartmentalized season this season, where we do have each region competing, you know, against one another as opposed to against the rest of the world. Complexity do manage to secure that 3-0 with the win that they get today. So that's good news for Complexity. They're doing a solid job in Group B. Pilski, if I remember correctly, at the start of the season, when I asked you which of these two groups you thought was stronger, did you angle towards Group B?
Yes.
And so that must be really good for Complexity to get that 3-0 so far.
Yeah, look, to be honest, I think they're a very, very good team at the moment. I'm also impressed with Mouse Sports' results so far. I think it's going to be a very, very tight group to see who actually slots into the top 4 there. As, you know, you do have a couple of teams that, you know, NIP might be 0-2, but they're performing pretty decently well in the last little bit. Spirit's always pushing for upsets. There could be a couple of these teams where it's like Spirit or FaZe, for example. If they have a good series or a good game, they should actually ruin the playoff potential for some of these teams that are up towards a higher order of things.
Yeah, definitely. And turning our attention back to the region that we'll be covering today, North America. And this is how things are shaping up at the moment. 100 Thieves and Cloud9 struggling. Triumph down 0-1 as well. And look, if I'm being honest, we're probably expecting them to be down 0-2 at the end of today's match, and to see FURIA jump over Chaos and back up to 2-0 to sort of complete that top 3 that we've been talking a lot about this season so far.
Yeah, I feel like the way that the standings are sitting right now might actually be how the standings sit towards the end of it. You know, FURIA sitting there at 4th, Chaos in 3rd. I just feel like unless 100 Thieves pull a couple of crazy games out of their hat, I don't know if they're going to be able to make it to that top 4. Yeah, there's a large chance that they can, because I think they have a few more easy games now, because I think it was EG and Liquid with their first 2 games, right? So it's kind of easier from here, but even so, the damage has already been done, and it depends on, you know, if Chaos is getting these upsets against a couple of teams, if FURIA can maybe pull an upset against one of the top 2 teams, then there is a chance that 100 Thieves might not make this top 4.
Yeah, it's really a case for 100 Thieves now where they kind of have to win almost every single match that they have yet to play. They can probably drop one more, a 5-2 record, or what is it, a 5-3 or 4-3? I think they have to play 7 games, don't they? So a 5-2, 4-3, probably enough to get them over the line, depending on what a for and against looks like. But you want to be getting to 5-2, giving yourself that best chance.
Yeah, I think looking at their games, EG, they really struggled against them. Liquid definitely could have won that series. I'm really keen to see how 100 Thieves goes against Chaos, and I think Chaos are a good sort of measuring stick for a lot of teams in this group.
Indeed, indeed. That's not what we're focusing on, though, today. We're going to be focusing on FURIA and Triumph. That'll be coming up after the break. For now, have a quick one. We'll be back with our pre-match analysis after this.
Hey Future Pros! Retaking the B site on Inferno can be pretty tough. However, the Molly or Incendiary I'll show you all today will help clear out one of the little hidey holes a T could be in. To throw this Molly, secure runes first. Then get into the corner next to the sandbags. Aim up and place your crosshair in the midsection of the ruined roof between these 2 points. Get your crosshair in line with this kink in the scaffolding, then simply running jump throw the Molly. As you can see here, this T did smoke the Molly, but from this angle you can see that the Molly does in fact completely coat the area in flames. Good luck and happy retaking.
With the right CPU, you can turn any game from familiar to phenomenal. Unleash the potential in all your gaming with Intel 10th Gen processors. With its optimal balance of threads, cores, and frequency to deliver elite real-world performance, only Intel can bring Marvel's Avengers to life with in-game PC optimizations. Supercharge your Marvel's Avengers experience with Intel Core i5, i7, and i9 processors.
What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
The stage is set. From your home to the arena. We proudly support the living room champions like we do the champions of the world. Providing you with the best tools in your pursuit to be a star. Euronics, official electronics retailer of ESL Pro League.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Your favorites will play soon. You hope for the win. Excited about the game. But something has changed. You start to doubt. Will they pull it off? Or will they drift away? You pull yourself together because you're sure they're revved up to win. You know they've prepared. They've picked the right course. And even when there's no chances, you believe they will win. GG Bet. Be excited.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Gaming Malta, Euronics, Mountain Dew Game Fuel, CS Money, MSI, GG Bet, and America's Navy.
FURIA taking on Triumph today in ESL Pro League. We're into Season 12, and for Triumph, it's about time that they turn their season around. They need to get a win on the board, otherwise their chances of making playoffs are going to be slim to none. The storyline for FURIA is a little bit different. They're up 1-0 at the moment, looking to consolidate their position towards the top end of the standings with a victory today. We'll see how things do end up panning on out, fellas, but we're definitely going into this one with some preconceived notions that maybe Triumph is going to be the underdog.
They definitely are, and this could be a situation where Triumph can ruin FURIA's chances in this competition a little bit, because if you look at a team like 100 Thieves, for example, yeah, they're not playing well at the moment, but they've started out the group with 2 very, very hard games, and the games are going to get easier for them as we get deeper into the group. This is a must-win for FURIA. They need every win they can get on the board, because if they end up towards that 3rd, 4th position, or 3rd, 4th, 5th position, which in my mind is going to be heavily contested between FURIA as well as Chaos, as well as 100 Thieves, if they're able to make a resurgence, maybe they do just bomb out of the group, then you're going to have your work cut out for you as FURIA, which is why you need to beat the underdog opponent that you're expected to beat.
And look, I feel like Junior's ready to do that. Look at him just standing there. He's so ready with his cute curls. We saw on the player cams the other day as well. He was looking pretty fun. And FURIA, they're looking tough. they're looking ready. And, you know, that's exactly how they play. They do whatever they want. They bully the opponent, and I expect if we do see a bit of Inferno today, that again we're just going to see Art running into CT, which is crazy. The confidence it takes to make plays like that is ridiculous, and he makes it look so easy.
Yeah, you're a big fan of FURIA, aren't you, Mac? I know
Yeah.
you're not a biased caster at all, but you do love a bit of FURIA.
Oh yeah,
he loves a bit of Cloud9 as well, if I remember correctly.
No, let's not talk about that again. All right, I feel like Twitch chat didn't enjoy my inherent bias for C9 because I wore a blue shirt one day. Look, I'm pretty bland. I'm white and brown. You know, I'm no direction today.
All right, tell us how much you love Triumph. Do you think they've got a chance in this matchup? Are they able to take a map?
I think it'd be a huge upset if they did manage to get over the line today. They have some pretty sharp individuals on their day, but again, when you're talking about sharp individuals, the only team I want to think about is really FURIA. So, you know, Genji, not Genji, rather. Well, Genji did actually manage to take him down, but I think they dropped the map, right, to Triumph. And
I don't think they dropped the map, but it was close.
They could have lost the series, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah, look, the way I look at Triumph is that they're a decent team. They're not too bad at all, but they didn't beat Genji, and Genji are really struggling at the moment. So unless FURIA is sort of having a bit of a rough day at the office, they're going to have the work cut out for them.
Indeed, indeed. Well, our opinion is one thing, but maybe we should go straight to the source. Got an interview with Ryan from Triumph lined up, so it's good to have you on the line. Ryan, how you doing?
Good, how are you, man?
Yeah, we're doing pretty well.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. All right, well, I want to talk to you a little bit about your transition into Triumph. Obviously, you've come from Envy. Do you want to give us a bit of a TLDR, maybe how that sort of situation was for you in Envy? Like, did you sort of feel like you learned a lot in there, and then how you're feeling coming into Triumph?
Well, I learned a lot on Envy. I can thank Legia and all the European players and Nifty as well for teaching me as much as I did. My individual performance dropped off, my mental health, I was stressed out, I was anxious and stuff, so I decided to step down myself. But transitioning into this team, it's a lot younger of a team. I think they picked up 2 new players like 3 weeks ago, and then they also just picked me up recently as well. So a pretty new roster, but I can see we have potential, and I think it's just a matter of time. We just got to play some good Counter-Strike and play with confidence.
Yeah, so just to pick up on that point, I noticed that you're now again playing with Sheikh Zula, someone that you used to play with on the Singularity, which is a pretty decent team in NA for a little while there. Does that have any reason as to why you've ended up joining this team and making your way in here? And is it a little bit easier to transition into a team like this than a team that you might be less familiar with?
Definitely. I've played with Moose on Envy. I played with Sheikh Zula. I've heard fantastic things about both Penny and Junior before I joined. Made my decision way easier. I knew Sheikh Zula was a fantastic caller. He was dedicated. He played the game, studied, did his work, right? He's a hard worker. And same with Moose. So knowing that made my decision really easy.
So you played with a couple of them in the past, but now you're playing with a couple of Canadians on the team. And I want to know, who is the nicest on the team to you and why?
Nicest on the team. I'm going to have to go with Eric. He's such a little innocent man. He's 17. He's so nice. He's always smiling. You can hear it in his voice, dude. He's always happy. Doesn't matter what's going on. Damn it. Sorry. I died unlucky,
To be honest, I think you might be the nicest on the team, Ryan. At least of the NA players that I've talked to, you might be the nicest one so far.
Oh, yeah, probably. Some of the interviews have been a little bit tough, but anyway, you've been great. So we're going to leave it there for you. Thank you very much for the great interview.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Obviously, best of luck in this series.
Thank you.
Cheers for the chat. All right, well, that was a fun one. I always like to have a good chat with the players, and kudos to Ryan for making that one so smooth and fun as well. But look, speaking of smooth and fun, I mean, in the context of this series, I'm not so sure that it's going to be quite as smooth and fun for Triumph.
What do you mean?
They've got a big task ahead of them.
It's a video game, it's Counter-Strike. It's always going to be smooth and fun. The game, it's completely polished, everything works really well all the time.
Especially the FPS.
I tell you one reason why maybe that won't be quite so smooth and fun is because FURIA is the team that they're playing against. Now, FURIA is one of those teams that can really just throw a curveball at you at any way, shape or form. You're at a crossroads, they're going to come straight from behind you, basically. You think you're going one way or the other, but you kind of have to expect the unexpected when it comes to FURIA, and they're definitely a solid-looking team.
Yeah, they sort of break the rules of Counter-Strike in a lot of ways. Very sort of abrasive play style, a lot of chaos in it, where they're sort of just making a lot of plays, making a lot of things happen, and working their way through mid-rounds. So that's quite hard for a good team to play against because it can sort of break down their style, push them out of their comfort zone. Same thing for an underdog team, though. If you sort of lack behind the pace a little bit, if you're not setting the tempo and you're starting to react to what FURIA is doing, you're going to be in a rough position right from the get-go.
Yeah, it's really hard to counter them, especially, you know, the fact that they do go for these aggressive plays so often. You know, you need to rely heavily on that utility. And if you're not able to manage the economy well enough, you don't have that utility. And then FURIA is just going to be running straight at you and you can't do anything. Yes, you're going to expect it, but even so, they're so hard to stop.
I mean, I guess there is that reputation for FURIA. Triumph hasn't actually played against FURIA before, though, so maybe it's a case of, like, you know what to expect, you know what's coming, but do you know how to deal with it if you haven't played against it before?
Oh, I'm sure they've played against FURIA from time to time. At least I would say most of these guys would have experience playing against FURIA or scrimming against FURIA.
Yeah.
I don't know necessarily how much that's going to help them. I'm keen to see how Triumph goes here today. This will be a good test for them, particularly against this kind of a style. FURIA is quite a good team. But I want to see FURIA play a really good game and Triumph step up to the pace rather than Triumph sneak a map away because FURIA is doing some of those, you know, stranger sort of plays, or they're trying to run a strat that's not working into the wall or something like that.
Well, you can see there wasn't some high expectations from that interview. Yeah, they're just working out the kinks. They're getting used to playing with one another. Obviously, they've had the roster swap going into the tournament, which doesn't really help. But look, going forward, I think they might be able to make something of it.
Yeah. There's barely even a core of players, by the way. Like, they only have like three players. Change is massive for a team. It's a completely different team.
I mean, it's not a core if it's two. I feel like that just doesn't
Well, it's
work.
core 2.
Yeah, but it's not really the... Yeah, I know what you're saying, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know what you're saying.
Like, agree to disagree.
Anyway, what's new? Speaking of maps, we do have to jump into the veto here, fellas. Now, Pilski, we were taking a bit of a look at the map pools just before we went into this one, and you want to give me a quick TLDR here?
FURIA wins all the maps, and Triumph don't win very many of the maps, maybe one or two of the maps. They don't have a whole lot of map stats to go off, to be fair. And I think Triumph are a better team than the stats. The stats make it seem like they have no chance. You know, for Triumph, they play well today. FURIA is a little bit off the pace. I reckon they can get double digits on both maps and or maybe even sneak a map in ideal circumstances.
All right, well, time to jump into the veto as well. We'll get the first couple of bands up on the board here. Vertigo and Dust 2. Now, Mac, do you expect anything in particular from Triumph here, or is it really just a case of, like what Pilski said, it's going to be tough for them to really win a map here?
I don't know where this one's going for Triumph. I feel like FURIA, if they go to Vertigo, they should be pretty fine.
Oh, it's banned.
It's banned. All right. Look, the camera was in the way, right? I should look at this one.
Yeah.
That's my fault. Well, we're not going to Vertigo, fortunately, for Triumph. So,
Mirage,
we're next. Inferno.
Maybe. All right, well, I tell you what. Why don't we just bring it up on the screen instead of trying to make ourselves look silly?
Genius.
It's going to be Train. Wouldn't have guessed that one, to be honest. Inferno is the choice from FURIA. We've seen them play a lot of Infernos, so that's not a huge surprise.
At the same time, though, we've seen Triumph look kind of okay on Inferno, like pretty decent, but that was against Gen G, who are a team that has their issues at the moment. So we'll see how it translates against a bit better of a team. FURIA just more so picking towards their strengths.
And what is going to be the third map in the pool? I hear everyone asking. I know, it's weird. I've got this like mind sense thing.
Map in the pool.
Yeah, I just get this voice in my head from all around the world. Everyone asks that in front of their computer.
Is it going to be Overpass?
Time to find out. What is it going to be? Is it going to be Overpass? Well, Pilski, you've called it correctly. It is going to be Overpass. It's like you've got a voice in your head as well. It's weird.
What are you talking about? I didn't hear anything.
Pilly, can I have one of your famous fist bumps? No.
No, the whole idea is that you don't touch. We don't actually do the fist bump. That's the whole thing of it. Do you feel awkward now, Matt?
I feel left out, yeah.
Yeah, look, to be honest,
kind of weird.
That's fine. That's the whole idea.
All I have to say about that is cringe lol. Out. Quite one-sided for FURIA. In fact, that may be the most one-sided GG bet. Anyway, it's time to go into the GG bet odds, fellas, and that gives us an idea as to how this matchup actually seen so far on the B
At least in the initial part of the match, yeah.
Yeah, pretty stacked.
Pretty stacked indeed. So, okay, look, I don't know if we need to go into predictions here, fellas, but I dare say we're getting into the game fairly shortly. So, Mac, what do you think will happen?
I'm going to go with my head today. It's 2-0 for FURIA.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 for FURIA as well, and I am going to do my best on the Skybox cam to catch as many times of Art running through smokes dry as possible.
Yep. Well, that's going to be
my
sick.
goal for today.
And with an AWP on train, of all places, to kick things off. That's going to be pretty interesting.
Yep. That would be a special thing indeed. They're going to be able to start out on that CT side, so we'll see if he's going aggressive on the defense.
Indeed, indeed. Well, it's time to see whether it's going to be FURIA or Triumph who will reign supreme today. We have our expectations, but they can always be shattered, and FURIA are looking to get themselves up toward the top of the standings in ESL Pro League Season 12 with a good matchup today against FURIA, which they'll have to start off on train.
Into the action we go, and it looks like FURIA, they're going to be starting on that CT side, going very aggressively at Yard. Two-man push straight into ladder, and they're ready for this one. Three-man drop from Triumph. That's going to be 2 picks initially. Junior doing God's work now as they make their way out towards A.
Great start for Triumph. We'll see how much more they can put on the board if they do grab this pistol. Obviously, they'll have to deal with a Fort Spike coming through. Bomb plan is going to go down. Art trying to push his way down SL, but Vinny has already grabbed the double kill, and that brings it back to a 3-on-3. Yes, it's actually not even a post plan. I was going to say it's a post plan for Triumph, but they didn't get the bomb down.
Shakes all up. Look at him go. Over there towards Hell, he's found that key pick, but as you did mention there, you've got Quesarado, you've got Art on the big flank around with the utility through Ivy now, Mac.
Yeah, Shake heard that, though, from that Hell position. Now, let's see if Art can maybe thread the needle here. Shake looking the wrong direction. Quesarado cops another bink, and Art misses the freebie. Now, he's going to be spotted. Moose long range with the USP is going to be tapped away out with the P2K. And now Junior, let's see if he can find himself to 4K. Shake with a dangerous maneuver. Junior from above, just hiding at the moment. But the bomb is going to be planted. Other side of the bomb train, actually, Junior. Not going to spot it early enough, and it's going to be Shake to find it, coming in from Old Bomb. Big round coming out. Junior surviving barely on 2 HP with the drop from Heaven. But Triumph, they take that T-pistol, and they're going to be happy with that.
Almost didn't go so well for them, though. They found those initial 2 picks, and we got into this messy mid-round situation where into a 3-on-3, you could have seen FURIA turning it around, but Triumph, they keep their cool. Junior in particular, big impact from the man, and that's going to get Triumph on. Up on the right foot, we've got a revolver on Vinny.
He's got the R8.
Disgusting.
What do you rate that, Pilski?
I rate that 8 out of 8, mate.
Oh my god. When was the last time you saw a revolver in a professional game?
JW bought it a little while ago.
I've never ever casted a game where anyone's used a revolver, I don't think.
The thing is, there's certain maps where it's actually pretty decent. It's got some sick penetration, and if you go and use it at the half wall top of Banana, you can get some free damage. So you know how you do the spam with the
You're trying to sell us snake oil, aren't you,
Yeah,
Mac?
well, I've seen it work.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Because I've thought the exact same thing. Well, why the hell's he got this equipped? What's going on? But then they'll find these crazy warbang positions because it's just got some sick pen.
I've seen the Negev work too.
Yeah, I have too.
Yeah.
It's not terrible if someone can use it. It's pretty good on the anti-eco if everyone decides to run into the pre-fire, but usually at this level of gameplay, you don't expect it to work.
Well, let's see what Vinny's able to do with this one. Can he sway our opinions or not? Long-range angle. It's not a bad angle to play from, I'd guess. Here comes Triumph. They've got 45 seconds, so they don't need to overcommit too much. You can see Vinny's primed and ready. First shot doesn't connect, but the second does. There's some good damage from Quesarado. Deagle going to work. He's eventually traded down, but Vinny, he had another opportunity there. Doesn't manage to take hold of it. It's 2-on-3. It's good entries in the end from Triumph, who, again, suffered a couple. Yuri, a 1-on-3. Not going to be possible with the 5-7 this time.
Good anti-force there from Triumph, keeping a couple guns alive and making sure they don't lose that round. Keep that streak going on the T side. Now they're going to be going into an anti-eco. This is where they really need to build up their money as they move into that round number 4 buy coming out for FURIA. And if they can win that as well, they're off to the ideal start here on Train T side. They need to be able to keep this streak going for as long as possible, because once FURIA starts to get into their comfort zone, things will get a little bit more difficult. Now that Art's bought a Nova, they're buying all of the weird guns here, FURIA. What do you reckon about that? Sell me the Nova now, Mac.
Sell you the Nova? I'm not going to do that.
Well, it's got good penetration, and I've seen it work.
I know they cost $1,200. I once played an MM game where I saw Karath CS get 1 kill with it. So
yeah, but if you can get 2 kills, you pay it off. Fortunately, for Shake, he's ready and is not going to be spotted. It's quite hard to climb up the ladder backwards and cover that position. So, KZ may work out sometimes, but even the best of us can't make that work.
He had no of a chance in that aim duel.
Are you turning into Pilly? Are you trying to do some Pilly punts? It's a bit early for that, mate. It's like 5 AM. Oh, there you go. Vinny makes it work this time.
He's got a silenced Nova. Did you hear that?
No.
Neither did I.
Hey. Nice smoke as well to continue the lurk, continue this aggression. Penny at the ready, though. Does Vinny have a one-way? No, he's just waiting for the perfect moment. Gets in behind Quesarado with the P250, making this look nice, but he's going to be isolated there at Grey. And Triumph find themselves a third. So solid start for the Train so far, as Triumph are really making light work of FURIA.
Yeah, I mean, they've gotten through the round, that's for sure. But FURIA have managed to find a few frags and gotten them gotten FURIA into a couple of dicier situations already so far. So I'm expecting once the guns do come out here for FURIA, they're going to be off to the races. Double AWP immediately the investment.
Yeah, you got an AUG on Vinny as well. So we'll see how this goes for them. Initial utility, it's a sandwich as well as the E-box smokes and some flashes over the top. And Triumph not really making their way out T-Con just yet, pressuring Vinny out of SL for the time being and now starting to commit to this outer train yard.
Okay, Serato just underarms the flash for himself. Shake makes his way through that sandwich smoke. How's the wrap? It looks like he could have threaded the needle here. No, Art at the ready with that second AWP. Him and Henny just teaming up nicely. Serato dancing around the bomb train. Smoke on the left side, just allowing Triumph to push up. Idiot Wall waiting for the smoke to fade. Molly actually forces them through. They're going to be body blocked. Shake knows, but it's Serato.
Has to make sure that he hits this shot, otherwise he's dead, and he misses it. So Ryan gets himself a double. That's 3 for the round so far. And Triumph up 3-0. Look like they might win the first gun round as well. Henny has to clutch. He'll flick right onto Ryan. That's a start, but still a 1-on-2 with an AWP in a position like this is not going to be a fun situation.
Underarm smoke. Just getting all the info, Molly to stop him, and that will allow the bomb plant to be secured. Henny's actually gone through it, thinking it was planted default, but he copped so much damage for free now. 12 HP, still may be able to make this one work. Junior just on 24. But how's the timing?
He's going to have to work hard for this one, isn't he, Henny? Bomb is ticking away. He doesn't have a defuse kit, has no idea now where the remaining Triumph players are. They could have gone all the way into Z Connector at this point. I don't think he's going to be able to win the round, and it's very unlikely that he even gets out of here alive, because if not these two players killing him, the bomb explosion will. He's managed to get Moose. And actually does jump across into Ivy, so might just survive the bomb from here.
He certainly should. And Junior happy to keep his AWP alive as well, so gentleman's agreement, both heading different directions, and Triumph secure a 4th now.
Yeah, nicely done for Triumph. They're doing exactly what they need to do on the T side of train. They're keeping the streak going. Pistol, anti-force, anti-eco. Now they win that first gun round. Here's a round they definitely can't take for granted, though. I've seen FURIA win innumerable pistol round buys, and they've got the AWP to fall back on. Art's got a Mag 7. Triumph definitely cannot take this one for granted, especially because their economy is looking very dicey on a couple of their players, and they have no loss bonus to fall back on. Very passive anti-eco setup here for Triumph. Not taking any chances. Holding some very, very safe lines. Now starting to go back towards T-Connector. Could see them.
It seems they've dodged a bullet, not going to brown holes here. Art just laying in wait with the swag 7, and if he goes too much further, you got Ryan at, I'd say a long distance, but he's started to creep forward now. Art spotted. Oh, that's a chance. Yeah. Jump swag could be a factor. Let's see if he goes for it.
Oh, he's going to continue to keep jumping, isn't he? He's been blocked off by the molly for now. So Triumph at least are aware that Art's position is close, but he might get the timing. How have they let this happen? He's got 1 kill with the Mag 7. Might even get more now on half HP. Goes for the AWP, picks that up. Shotgun AWP, that might work as well.
Okay. Interesting scenario. Penny down to 14 now. Serato. And just to finish him off, that's going to be another Henny finds it with that saved AWP, and now it's all up to Ryan, 1v5, and he's just got way too much work to do. Bomb down outside of T-Con. Oh, this is a lost round, but Ryan, let's see if he can make it costly. Vinny, just at the bottom, he's going to be spotted.
And how impressive has Serato been with the Deagle so far today?
Oh, yeah.
Every time he's got that in hand. He's putting in a large amount of work for FURIA. Ryan's making a fair bit of noise. Should be an easy kill for Vinny, and it is. That's a lot of guns retrieved. 3 AKs. I mean, the AWP was saved, so just the 3 AKs. But man, that's doing wonders for the CT economy.
Yeah, and Triumph have cooked their money. Unfortunately, at the end of the day, there's something to be said for having a great anti-eco setup, and I think that they were in good positions, Triumph. But you need to be less timid, you know, when that initial contact comes in. They're playing so scared of Art. They're making some uncharacteristic mistakes. And unfortunately, that really cost Triumph. You know, they had the right idea there, but the execution, not quite there, unfortunately. That's going to have to be something that they go back later and re-review. Now they've lost that first pick. Not ideal for Triumph. They've invested all of their money into this round. They've lost that initial player. At least they have that SL control for the time being. but Triumph need to get something working for themselves. Bomb now re-diverting back towards Inners.
Very close to the smoke is Ryan. Vinny is going to go through it. The flash actually doesn't catch Ryan. So already a player advantage now for the T side.
With Quesarado playing close, he just got so much information that the push has not come out from SL. So Furia, don't overcommit to it and don't over-rotate. 2 players still holding this B side.
Yeah, there's only one flash here on Triumph for this AWP line, as well as Yuri on the middle of the site. Smoke going down onto low ramp. The Molotov's ready on Yuri as they commit down. Instant pick for Art.
3 gets the trade, but it's a 2 for 2. And now we're back to the 2v2. The smoke comes out for Hump, allowing Quesarado to make his way out. Orps on both the CTs, slotting one on the Penny Shake now. 1v2, clutch position, but he peeks into Henny's line and just not expecting the double AWP. In that situation, it's a little bit rough. Furia, they get a second on the board and keep 2 AWPs alive to boot.
That's more than acceptable. Keeping those double AWPs is exactly what they want to be doing every single round. And if they can achieve that, their money continues to stay in the balance. Whereas for Triumph, now having lost that round, back to square one again.
Yeah, Bomb Plant allows them to be able to invest a little bit into this round, though, as they take a save. Try and do a little bit of damage to Furia's pretty strong economy now. Keen to see who ends up being the more consistent of the players from this Triumph roster across the whole season of ESL Pro League here. The other day, we had a look at one of Penny's games, and the man was playing pretty well for Triumph. Some of these younger players, particularly in NA, can be quite volatile in terms of the consistency. Something that Triumph had to their advantage for quite a while.
Oh, Yuri knows, but the cover's there from Art at the back of Halls. And that's going to be the first pick found easily. Now Triumph, 2 men just looking to force their way through Ivy, but Henny on a nice line and misses the first. But it is going to be the aggression straight through. Moose, a little bit misspaced from Penny, so no trade comes down. Speaking of down, it's the bomb on the ground there at Ivy, and it looks like this should be a perfect round for Furia.
Yeah, definitely looking like it will shape up that way. Sheikh Zula is going to wrap around the corner here, and Henny won't miss that shot. So, fairly routine round in the end for Furia against the Eco buy. They keep all 5 guns alive. They really build that money up. Triumph back into the Buyers Club, though, and this is really where they're going to need to sort of bounce back quite substantially. They had a good start to this map, but it's starting to slip away a little bit. Furia are finding some momentum.
Yeah, look, their money's going to be quite hard to break at this point. You're going to have to see Triumph win 2 gun rounds in a row to start to dominate this T-side half. I think best case for Triumph is try and get 3-4 more rounds on this T-side, because Furia is going to be quite hard to put away at the current economic position there. The double AWPs just find picks time and time again, putting Triumph in difficult positions where they have to navigate through a 4-on-5.
He hit that through the dirty line to Olaf as well, so nothing really that Penny could do about that one. Ryan, just expecting someone close, but Vinny too fast on the trigger and gets himself an upgrade to the AK. And again, it looks like another round that's been picked apart by Furia. Just doing God's work at the moment. Smoke down on the molly, and Vinny just retreating, regrouping with the rest of the team here over towards the bomb site as they're just fully focused on Moose's position here.
3-on-5 here for Triumph. Moose has got to make some level of impact to try to pull some rotations, create some space for his other teammates who are still worried about Vinny being an SL, but that position has been vacated, at least for the time being, and they crawl down there with 48 seconds on the clock. Heaven off angle might be quite difficult.
Okay, Serado's posted on the perfect line for if Moose rolls around the corner here. Only 35 seconds for Triumph. And they're going to have to work their way in. Contact play is the name of the game, and that's actually worked out quite nicely. Sheikh Zula grabs one. Molly's Henny out of position. 25 seconds still yet for Triumph to work their way into the bomb site, but that's a nice flick from Henny. And now Moose low on HP. Glock P250 even comes out for Henny. Doesn't really matter too much when he's on 23 HP. Rotations in from Yuri. So there was a moment of hope for Triumph, but Furia with some pretty sharp shooting put that away.
Now Triumph being forced on another save.
Oh, look at that. You hate to see it if you're a Triumph fan, but you absolutely love to see it.
Yep, that was a good flick.
Sharpie, Henny on the AWP. Impressive so far. And we're 8 rounds in. 11-3.
What else is also impressive is Furia's opening duels 6-2 at the moment, favouring FURIA. So they've really been getting that initial pick quite a lot. We've been seeing Triumph play in the majority of these rounds, 4-on-5. And they're not trading down that initial pick either. It's oftentimes, Pilsky, as you mentioned in that round, the AWPs finding the initial pick for FURIA and giving them a big lead in the round.
Yeah, and then after Triumph loses that initial pick, a lot of the time they're playing quite timid, taking their time working through the round. Can be quite hard to make happen. So wouldn't mind seeing Triumph pick up the pace a little bit. You know, there's a couple different ways you can try to play a 4-on-5 mid-round T-side train. You can potentially, you know, pick up the pace toward Inno and just keep things nice and simple. Try to hit the small site. You can try to abuse rotations over towards Ivy.
What's in the box, Pilly?
What box?
What's in the box? The skybox.
Nothing's in the skybox right now, mate.
Nothing?
Not a thing.
We don't have the technology, sir.
Why would you like to use the skybox?
Only if you let me.
Yeah, you could use it if you want, I don't mind.
It's all the way over there.
Yeah, we'd have to swap, mate. We'd have to do a little bit of musical chairs.
Do a little cuddle in the studio.
Well, let's see if there's anything skybox worthy to break down at the moment. So far, Yuri just getting very aggressive here. Holding up as nicely. It is the reroute back to A site, which is going to be shut down before anything gets going. This Deagle seemingly not having any impact at all. Barely any damage done in the round by Triumph as FURIA deal with it perfectly.
Yeah, that's pretty difficult to deal with for Triumph now. As I do see, that was a very big insect flying through the air. Did you guys see that?
Where?
Yep, I saw it earlier. I was
in train or
no, in real life. Okay, you know, this is really going to reinforce the Australian stereotypes, but there is a giant mosquito flying around.
Is it an Aussie?
It's actually gigantic. It's the biggest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Where's it gone?
And I'm saying that I'm dead set serious as well.
Yeah.
Surely it's attracted.
It's like one up. Again for Triumph, we're seeing E-Box and Sandwich Smokes, as well as a couple of flashes over towards that upper side. Now sending things straight out E-Box yet again. The flashes are great onto Art.
And that's going to be a nice pick. Triumph now just looking to establish some control at the yard. Handy and able to get more than one this time. Vinny playing around the smoke at Sandwich. Trades coming through for Triumph though, and they maintain the man advantage for now. K Serrato wrapping through. Shake. What's he going to be able to do? K Serrato. Oh, he's going to be able to get more than one easily. There's the first, the second. Oh, he's trying for it. Moose just not reacting at all. The communication looks like it was a bit disjointed this time. That's the man advantage for FURIA, and it should be the round from here.
Well, I mean, you said easily, Mac. It wasn't quite so easy for him, but he did indeed get more than one. Grenade lands right on top of Junior now, and he'll miss that pixel shot. Does connect onto K Serrato, though. And all of a sudden, we're back down to a one-on-one, which was so winnable. But Yuri clutches it out in the end for FURIA. 6-4, high-octane round for Triumph. But they just can't get it over the line.
So close to hitting that last shot as well. But again, K Serrato, he struggled to find that man. Struggled to find Junior up on top of Blue. And then, I don't know what was going on with Moose there. He just was doing his own thing. He's like, boys, I'll plant the bomb. It's all right.
I like what Triumph was going for there. Going with the Sandwich and E-Box smokes, layered flashes over the top of the sign to create some of those favourable duels. If they had used their utility better towards Ivy and isolated some of those angles, it might have gone a little better for them.
And looks like Yuri aggressive on the anti-eco. Finds himself the quick double there. Over towards the top of ladder. Penny able to cross, but the re-peek is going to be his death sentence. Now it's up to Moose to maybe find a line, but with the Deagle just barely cannot hit the head of Vinny, who has that AUG. He's loving it for the extra range, extra vision here on Train. And he's making it look like a immaculate weapon.
Oh, Triumph went up 4-0. They won pistol, anti-force, anti-eco, first gun round, and then lost 7 in a row.
I'm having deja vu. Let's see if it can be the 16-4 affair with the 16-round streak.
Triumph will certainly be hoping that is not the case.
No, but Chaos did it yesterday, so it'd be nice to see it 2 days in a row. Bit of perfect counter-strike coming through.
Well, so far, so good. Yuri's the man, and now so is Art. And Junior's not expecting it. I think he did fire a shot off, though. Art's just a little bit better. Now he's going to post himself again on an aggressive angle. No fear, but he probably should have been a little fearful because Sheikh Zula Sprays him down through the wall.
That's just not something that you would commit to, that long spray, unless you're you're playing Art in that position. Like, you know Art's the man that's going to repeat every time.
It's just not
You
cricket.
just saw the full commit to the spray from Sheikh Zula. It's the kind of little detail you love to see. Either way now, 3 on 4 for Triumph, moving together. Back through T connector. Have to clear all of these little angles in case the CTs have gone for a bit of an info play. Bit of a push into T-Con, especially after you make contact toward inner, is not outside the realms of possibility. Seems like Triumph going to try and split through Ivy towards outside. Vinny's going to have to mind that T-Con and keep Sheikh Zula under control while Yuri locks down that AWP line towards Ivy.
Yuri in a pretty safe position from T-Con, though. Let's see how he goes as the creep comes through. 20 seconds. Triumph need to get a move on. There's the smoke. Yuri ready to take this fight. That's going to be the first bomb. Should be spotted on the map as well. As now re-aggressing to T-Con. Yuri dancing around Red and Moose in a 1v4. Yes, he'll get the first, but it looks like it's a bit too far gone now. Out T-Con, Quesarado comes, and it's going to be a one-on-one, at least for the moment. There's the no-scope, but no time to plant now. Has to try to take the fight to win it. One on the Vinny, but it's not enough to clutch the round as Henny holds his position, hopes to find him at the end of time, but it's another on the board for Furia. Moose, though. Whoa!
Got a feel for Triumph a little bit, you know. They're working hard at the moment, but they're just not making anything stick to the wall.
Yeah, to be fair, they took a long time in the mid-round, that round, to make anything happen. So at the end of the day, they did have control of their own destiny, is how I would put it, and they didn't make the moves that they needed to be able to make something happen. Sharp shooting from Moose on the AWP makes it look like more competitive of a round than it was.
The thing is, you want to see that way earlier in the round. Let's see if Triumph can maybe change it up here and now. Get another round on the board with this utility, with the decent buy they have here. Jumping through, mollied in. Looks like Vinny, ooh, gets away with that one. Triumph now. Going to gain some control of the brown holes. Yuri waiting here in the smoke, and Art's got some util to maybe send him in here. Let's see how this goes. Looks like it's just going to be the nade in the back out instead. Good placement, free damage onto Junior. And while this is all happening, Moose has actually managed to make his way through Ivy all the way to Old Bomb, and Furia aren't aware of this. So now this B-site split's coming in. They're just waiting for the perfect moment to go for the execute. They need to start to draw some attention and make this flank work nicely. Quesarado's coming out of con. He's not spotted. Moose continues to go all the way through 30 seconds. The time, it's ticking down, but the flank is perfect.
Yeah, but is there going to be enough time? Moose is going to have to get a fair bit of work done here. He should get Art for free, but that is going to alert his position to Yuri, who'll drop down and win the aim duel somehow. And there's only 20 seconds left for Triumph. They have to filter their way into the bomb site, which they have now done. Penny's putting the bomb down on the floor. Furia, a 3-on-4 for the retake, but Quesarado's creeping forward as well. Penny's going to lose his head, and maybe Sheikh Zula will as well. That's to Quesarado again. And again, you see the impact coming from him. Triumph have a difficult time now of holding this bomb off. They've got no util. They're on the defuse already here, Fury. Yuri is low on HP, so it's going to just take one bullet, but they're not there in time. Quesarado covers well. And that's another round victory for Furia. It's just in these dying moments, in these high-pressure situations, Furia are a little bit better.
Oh yeah, 9 rounds banged on the board, and Furia just having a bit of a field day here in the first half. On the CT side, obviously this game still a battle of two sides, and the issue is for Triumph, I feel like, yeah, they're hitting their shots. Yeah, the CT side might look a little bit better than this T side, but Fury are on the T side. The aggression is so hard to deal with, and I'm worried. I'm worried for Triumph today. Anyway, 4-man rotation, or 3-man out. Ivy. As they're just going to be stopped by the molly for the moment. Crossfire is here. Smoke to deny it. Quesarado deals with it perfectly. But do they expect the late third man? That's the question. Out T-Com Shake comes, and he's going to be able to at least find one onto Yuri. Runs out of bullets now. Moose, he's started to thread the needle. Finds one, and it's going to be back to shake. Vinny on the trade. They know exactly where Moose is. And look, the 1v3 are 2 HP. Vinny on 48. There is a chance that this round could still be for Triumph.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Not impossible, but hey, I mean, I guess that happens too. That's fine.
Pretty bad chance, but you know.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Through the smoke, no worries, no worries. Case Rider's looking really good today.
Oh, yeah.
Multi-frags across the board for him.
The boys looking happy with that one.
Yes, boys.
Yeah, the boys.
That's definitely what's being said.
Pilly, give us your best. Yeah, the boys.
Yeah, the boys.
Yeah, the boys.
All right, boys, settle down.
What about you?
I did one before.
Yeah, but yours was terrible. Give us a good one.
Well, look, maybe you're just going to have to pay me for a good one. Oh, I don't work for free, all right? And Case Rider doesn't either. He's working hard. He's getting that paycheck. He's making bank for FURIA at the moment. Another double kill. And he'll just hide behind E-Box, continue to pressure. Eventually does get run down by Moose, but it's still not a good situation for Triumph. They have 2 players alive. Henny's going to turn that and convert it into only 1. Moose back in the same spot he was at the end of the last round, and also then sent out of the server. Great first half for FURIA as they put 11 in a row together. Only the 4 for Triumph on their map choice.
I feel on top of the world. I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world. I want to conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world. I feel on top of the world right now. I call a shot to the man with the plot, and we only go bombs away. And no one protecting my mind as a weapon.
Never thought you were sitting next to me. I don't understand. It's just I never seen you smile. You wanna make out, give me a second. It's just you never talk, I never listen. When do we fall in love? Make up your mind, honey, 'cause I can't pretend to like you.
Second half is live, and it's FURIA and Triumph. That is FURIA with a dominant first half, and heading into the T side, looks like the odds have not shifted there from GGBet. But let's see what Triumph can do on the defense to maybe get over the line, or even just change this one up.
Yeah, you do have quite a bit of utility here for FURIA. Keen to see what they're going to be doing with their strat here. initial smoke invested all the way down towards the backside of Green Train. They try to take some Olaf control. Waiting for some kind of push here. Initial pick goes down as Art loses his life and drops that Molotov in towards Olaf. SL control. Just taken by FURIA. They've got some advanced positions now and trying to hold on to the bomb site and Ivy.
Well, not going to be so easy. It is a 3-on-3 though, so this is defendable, and that's a great grenade. Won't be complaining about that one too much at all. Flash pops in the face of Junior, which will allow FURIA to progress on forward. Queserado is going to be the key here. It's Moose hiding behind the smoke. Queserado will look to get that entry. Bomb plant's about to go down, but he's actually rotating his way back toward the site as the plant does go down. Vinny dropped, but he was low on HP. And it's Henny and Queserado to try and clutch out the 2-on-3. Shots are not connecting from Queserado this time. It's all on to Henny.
Let's see. Minimal bullets remaining, and he can't find the headshots this time. Triumph with a successful retake, and that's going to be both pistol rounds won. So when we get to the end of the match, you have to remember this. Let's see what Triumph do off the back of this on the anti-eco. If they can, yes, get another 2 rounds on the board, that'd be great. The issue is, FURIA, now they're going to force buy.
Yeah. You got to win those anti-forces, and more importantly, Mac, you got to win the gunnies.
You got to win the gunnies.
You're not winning the gunnies, you're not winning the game. You know what I'm saying, Jordan?
I'm picking up what you're putting down, I think.
I haven't put down anything.
You drinking what I'm pouring?
Yeah, I'm drinking what you're pouring.
You eating what I'm cooking? You catching what I'm throwing?
Yep.
You surfing what I'm waving?
You're running out upper ramp and absolutely owning the CTs.
Look, that didn't really stick, to be honest. The CTs are owning the Ts. Sheikh Zula, MP9, too powerful. Art, though, has gotten himself onto the site, and that's what's important, because he's the guy with the bomb, and he takes an ill-advised time to drop down. So it's a 2-on-4 again, now a 1-on-4 for Yuri, who admittedly does have a molly, but that's not going to help too much when the CTs have 2 smokes. And he's not even going to bother to throw it, which is fair enough.
Why wouldn't he?
Because he heard the smoke pop.
Oh, okay.
What?
Just I wanted to get your thought process behind that,
Why
that
would
whole
he?
statement.
It's a waste of money.
Yeah. Well,
don't you think?
I do.
Well,
I just wanted you to explain it a little better.
Can you two stop arguing over there?
Oi!
All right. How about we take a look at some skyboxing during this tech pause? What do you reckon?
Let's go, let's go.
I just wanted to show
What's
round
in the box?
round number 13, and this is like a CT setup that FURIA ran, where they throw a flash, some HE nades towards Con, and then they do this cool thing where they're throwing a Molotov into SL and a double molly into T-Con. You can't take any control of T-Con, and then they immediately smoke it afterwards, and they fall into a setup where you're looking at all of the players around the map. They've disincentivized the Ts from taking any control of T-Con. You can just see old mate number 7 just sitting outside of T-Con. And you see the CT setup is set up to deal with SL and Ivy entirely and sort of ignores T-Con altogether. So the whole thing is FURIA is acting like they're putting a lot of utility to shut down a rush towards T-Con and a lot of emphasis towards T-Connector. But in reality, they're set up to sort of defend SL, defend inners. They've already got Art over here on the AWP watching that low ramp area. They've got that AWP that we saw earlier. Yuri was using the swing between T-Con and Ivy in combination with Queserado. So it's pretty interesting, you know. You're investing a lot of eggs into that basket of stopping people from taking T-Connector and holding T-Connector. And in the meanwhile, you're sort of defending inners and Ivy. It's sort of like posturing like, oh, don't come in this part of the map. But in reality, you're not really taking any of that control.
That's poggers.
That is poggers. And no one could call you a Silver caster anymore, Pilsky, because the Silver would definitely not understand anything you just said.
Well,
I feel like Silver Chat would not understand anything you just said.
I think a Silver would understand everything that I've said. It's pretty simple. But at the same time, this is basically what I did for many years, is I watched a lot of demos and I wrote down what teams did. And then I tried to do it, and I tried to do it with my tier 64 Australian team, and it did not work because we sucked.
Name and shame.
Well,
that is a massive mosquito. What the hell?
Where?
There.
Oh! That's a big one!
I wasn't lying when I said it was the biggest mosquito I've ever seen. And it's flying right towards me right now, so I'll just move over here.
Jesus.
Penny the 17-year-old?
Huh?
I'm guessing so.
Penny is younger than the first publicly available camera phone. Okay.
2002. They finally put cameras in phones. I remember it like it was yesterday. I saw the phone and I said, that's pretty dumb. Why has it got a screen, you know?
I like the slide ones. You can type on the touchpad.
Nokia 3315 for life, brother.
That's something to be very like, that's a very interesting thing to be very like territorial about and just be like, brother. You know what I'm saying, brother? Oh, you're a special one, Mac. We love Mac. Follow him at MacMate_ on Twitter. He deserves it, brother.
Brother. Maybe if you follow MacMate_ on Twitter, he'll be able to snag a photo of the gigantic mosquito as well.
I wouldn't. Yeah, we should probably chuck that on Twitter.
I did take a video of it, but it was quite far away, so it was pretty blurry.
Just call me Croc Dundee, boys. I'll be hunting this
What's
boy
the
for
size?
days.
What do you reckon the size of that was? Was it like a chicken nugget size? Bit smaller than a chicken nugget.
Nah, it was like, oh man, it was like a 20-cent piece in
but
Australia.
People don't know what a 20-cent piece is. They're not from Australia.
But that's the thing. All the American coins are smaller than like the Australian coins for the most part.
Do you guys
So
remember what a real pog was? It's about the size of a pog.
A pog?
Yeah.
A pog?
A pog in the chat?
You mean like a pog champ?
No, like the real physical pogs.
I don't know what you're referring to.
The only pogs
They're
I know
like
are
little
the pog
circle
champs.
things you'd get from chip packets.
Pog champs?
Look,
No, they're not pog champs. They're pog discs.
You're a bit of a poghead if I'm going to be honest, Mac, sometimes.
Ah, we're back into the game. Thank God. They've
God.
rescued us.
That's a pog moment. All right. Well, let's see what FURIA can do. We've got a scout here for Art, which is always going to be interesting. We'll have a bit of scout. Push up into upper halls as well. FURIA don't look like they're going to slow things down at all. They're trying to get straight into the A bomb site, and that's not worked. Penny nearly gets a triple.
Moose so low here. Serato, one bullet will get the job done. It's Yuri to find it instead through the edge of the smoke. Now he needs to try to wrap here and win this 1v2 scenario. Bomb still down over towards T-Con, but Triumph don't seem to be aware of it. They certainly are aware of Yuri's position, though. And Triumph going to go for the gamble. Rotating. Both men back through CT. Just playing this one together. Nice and smart, able to go for the trades.
Yeah, you say that, but Yuri, he has all the opportunity for a multi-frag as well. They're walking right in the direction of him. If he gets his timing right, this could go horribly wrong for Triumph. Spacing's not good, so he does get himself a 1-for-1. There he finds the timing. He was watching for Junior, but he didn't get the shot, and so Triumph do clutch that round out.
It's a bit of a flex from Junior, to be honest. That right bicep looking on point in his picture. FURIA now, they do have to take a save. Triumph starting to close this scoreline, but they need to be able to put these gun rounds on the board consistently and maintain a strong economy. At the moment, money very shaky for the CT side. They cannot afford any losses in this round, and you're looking at the investment from FURIA. Upgraded pistols, Hero AK. This could be a bit of a liability for Triumph if they're not able to close this one out cleanly. And hell, if they lose it, you saw what happened in the first half.
Oh, you don't want that to happen again.
You don't. You don't want that.
Let's see if Moose can connect with the big green all the way through IV. Flashed off. Cross comes through. You got Henny here with one more flash to throw. Yuri able to smoke off the either side of Ivy, really. As now all this is happening, Art's just made the aggressive play out uppers and tries to isolate the fight with Shake here. Gets it, and that's a little bit shaky. Now, Junior, is he going to be drawn on the rotation? Another pick comes through for Serato. This is looking rough for Triumph. Art, can't thread it.
Well, the thing was, the bomb was still over toward the A side of the map anyway, so FURIA would have had to get work done over here as well, whether or not Art gets that kill on B. This is going to be the important frag, and Moose, that's a flick and a half.
Okay.
Serato, Deagle in hand though, already has one kill, and he's been good with it today, but Moose is, I don't know, starting to turn up a little bit now with that AWP. Triumph 11-8, CT side, progressing nicely for them.
Really showing off his horns there, at least on the anti-eco. So Usually, those anti-ecos aren't too much to get excited about. The fact is,
Yeah,
Triumph, they're trying to formulate this comeback, and it got a bit scary and Furia. You know, at any given moment, they're able to turn these rounds on their heads. So, every round just has that little bit of excitement to it.
Yep. Added element. 21-12 for Quesarado. He's been phenomenal. Henny's 19-9 as well. So those two definitely leading from the front, but well, spoke a little bit about Moose in the last round, and he's going to be the linchpin here for Triumph. If he's taking one of those AWPs through, which he will be, CT side, double AWP setup, it's always something that we associate with Train.
Let's see how Furia deal with it this time. Mostly full utility, just Vinny lightly lacking. And it's a faster approach. Furia straight out now. Molly at the back of Bomb is going to force Penny to try and play around the smoke. Isolates the defenses as they've already found that pick onto Ryan. Now Vinny encroaching up. Art ready for a swing. Let's see how the timing goes. If Penny goes through, managed to find the double. The perfect time is found. And now the wrap, it's slowly coming as well. Moose is going to be coming in on the flank eventually here. You've got Junior all the way at the back of Ivy. Bomb's down at default, and Triumph, well, they have Furia's number right now.
It looked like such a great start for Furia, didn't it? But it's all gone horribly wrong. Sheikh Zula will creep his way back into the connector. Now Yuri falls to Penny, who's having a great round. And Moose also catches Quesarado. So despite that opening pick going to Furia, they don't get anything beyond it in the round. And Triumph, well, I don't want to cast a curse at Mac, but they're starting to make this happen.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good. Round at a time. Round at a time. But Penny, speaking of time, it's the perfect timing for him as he manages to get in between those smokes, deny the bomb plant, and really set Triumph up for another round. But speaking of another round, it's another force for Furia.
Yeah, are you even really surprised at this point, Mac?
Not really.
Man, this is getting dicey for Triumph.
When Shake, close range, finds the first molly drop. Vinny not going to be going straight through it, but will expend the smoke to try to cross. It's going to be him to find it just straight with the pre-fire. Vinny, that's insane. Yuri aggression, going to be punished.
But it's still going to result in a bomb plant going down for Furia, and it puts Triumph on the back foot. Now, they do have a lot of utility for this retake. Vinny doesn't manage to win the aim duel, but gets rid of a lot of Ryan's HP, and Henny wrapping around the back should be good for at least one freebie. Penny will trade it down. Even still, time is a factor now for Triumph, and Quesarado has been super, super solid. AWP in hand, though. Is he going to make it work? Doesn't actually connect the shot. The bomb is being defused right now. Deagle's fam! It's worked out, I think, for Furia. Does the defuse come through in time? It does.
Still, it's expensive for Triumph. That's going to take a massive toll on their economy. A couple of these players going to have a bit shaky money, which was a big problem in the first half.
It's another scenario where Furia gets the bomb planted and they're going to be able to buy again. So even though Triumph get another round on the board, Furia is just going to be smacking at the brick wall again until this defense crumbles.
Well, yeah, if it does crumble, I think Triumph, you know, maybe on the T side you could say didn't look that impressive. They only got that pistol when first gun round, and from there it very quickly went downhill. They've been a little bit more solid on this CT side. We'll have to give them a little bit of credit there. That is a really rough way to start things off, though. Initial peak goes the way of Art, so they're going to have to navigate their way through a 4-on-5 pretty quickly here, gents.
Let's see what Moose can do. He's been pretty solid from the Ivy position. And again, Furia, they've rerouted, sending 3 players back. Henny on the offline, but Moose on the aggression. It's the run boost to draw the attention perfectly. And Art's going to take it as well. Now it's just the A-split to come through. Early rotation from Triumph. All players here to defend, but they have to look in so many different directions. Junior poised up on the stop sign, and he's not going to be worrying about the T-Con player. Quesarado finds him from the top of blue, and it's Shake to just save them.
Well, this is the shaky money that you're talking about for Triumph. And it's about to be realized because they probably can't afford to buy here.
Double eco for Junior. Very awkward position to be in now, Triumph. This is probably the breaking point where you see Furia just run away with the game. Credit to Triumph, though.
Wow, that's hot.
Both pistols, maybe T-side gun rounds weren't solid enough. CT-side gun rounds were looking pretty okay, but it seemed like Furia once they got enough chances to get through, they were able to get through with one of these rounds. Triumph, they're going to take the save here. But you're looking at someone like Junior on $1,500 who's double eco. Shake's not going to have great utility in the next round if they do try to buy. Doesn't really get easier for Triumph, even heading into this next gun round.
Certainly not. Maybe they can pull off the impossible in a round like this, though, with just a Zeus and a Scout to their name. A couple of upgraded pistols, the P250s there, but the reality is not looking too kind right now for Triumph. And now that Moose has been spotted as well, Art's going to relay that information over to his teammates and, well, try to take the duel, but it won't work out too kindly for him. Still, FURIA will be happy to get this round over the line. And it'll be pretty easy for them to do as well.
See if FURIA can scrounge themselves, or Triumph rather, can scrounge themselves up any guns. Because that would be fantastic for them. If they can find a gun or two, tag up onto Henny. They need to recover these AKs though. He goes down to the bomb. Is anyone? No one's close enough to retrieve that AK. That's unfortunate. You could see, look at Triumph's money. They really could have used it in this round. Particularly on Shake or Junior. Keen to see if they are going to buy or whether they will just take an additional save. They are going to buy up. So this is a critical round for Triumph, and I want to see how they play this CT side, because at least I used to play a lot of train, and when you're on a scuff buy on this CT side, it can feel pretty hopeless from time to time, you know? They've got that AWP on Junior. He's had to glass cannon that one. I think he's been dropped over, and drops a gun in response. Very limited utility. 2 Molotovs used right at the start of the round are the only ones Triumph has, but aggression, this is what you need to see on a low buy. That's fantastic for them, but they've dropped a pick in response as K-Serrado comes up Olaf.
And he's certainly the kind of player that's going to look for a little bit more. Moose does take the peak, wins that duel. AWP's going well for Triumph on the CT side so far, but the trades do come through for FURIA. It's 3-on-3, and Vinny continues to push forward on the A site.
Aggression from Shake up inners, though, might be what Triumph needs here, but they're potentially going to be losing some players over towards that outside side. Shake's done fantastic there. Getting that control. He's dropped the bomb in SL.
Penny. Good damage. And Yuri reacts just in time. 29 HP. And the 1v2, it's looking unlikely. Bomb at least retrievable. And, Triumph, they're going to go for the split here. Penny very deep over towards the B site. Yuri just trying to play some mind games, but no one from Triumph close enough to hear it.
This is such an important round for Triumph. FURIA, you know, they can lose a round and still recover in this scenario, but if Triumph loses this round, it's going to break their money and probably mean the end of the game.
It's a nice spot to play from Moose. Yuri's surely not going to clear that out.
That's a great mid-round push. Very ballsy on that AWP in a 2-on-1 situation to go and take that T-Con control.
It might actually allow him to get the bomb plant down, though. 15 seconds on the clock. He's really checking as much as he can.
Wants to clear that hell position first, and he does.
Well, now he's made the noise. You're going to start to see Moose creeping forward, probably even just to get the kill as he stands up. If Yuri would have planted the bomb straight away, he might have gotten in there 2-on-1 post plant, but to be honest, you can't know. And so Triumph win a very important round.
I think the spots you're more so expecting people to play from Hell, you know, defensive in CT connector, maybe in Heaven or Old Bomb are all more likely than that T connector, but that T connector might be one of the stronger places to play from, which is good heads-up play from Moose. He was a little switched off in some of these earlier games, but definitely very switched on today, and maybe not as scuffed as his webcam setup is, at least in-game. That's terrible. It's actually the worst webcam I've ever seen. Even some of the people,
slideshow, wasn't it?
Even Issa, like I think he was probably just using his phone camera, and it was better than that. Even though it was like black bars.
I think it's like one of those situations where you've just got a webcam that you've had for like 20 years.
Dad, can I borrow your webcam? Yeah, sure, son. I bought it in 2007.
Pulls out the VHS tape recorder. Here you go.
Okay, K-Serrado not going to be committing to the push out T-Con this time. Art threads the needle there as he manages to beat that molly. Pop some damage for it though, and that's the man advantage. Now let's see FURIA rerouting back towards brown holes. Let's see if Vinny can maybe put a bit of pressure on the B side as well, draw these rotations back before the A side hit comes through. That's the double contact out lower ramp. As Shake's not ready for it. Art, perfect entry, Junior on the trade. But again, it's going to be Art doing so much work as the bomb starts to walk out T-Con now. Penny comes back in this direction after getting his hands on the AWP. And he hasn't actually spotted this, so... Whoa, going wide. It's Moose from Ivy. And now the round could just be turned on its head. Let's see if Penny can thread another.
Well, there's util getting thrown on in. The flashes do turn Penny away.
Look at Art, though. The man's pushed all the way up inner, trying to get in an aggressive position, and you can see Furia that is pumping the brakes. They're trying to go back towards T-Connector. Moose is already there, and he does get the tag on Henny, but he can't finish it off.
Oh, Penny, though, can. It's not looking great for Furia. It's just getting messy in the mid-round right now, isn't it? They need to find a frag, or they need to collect that bomb and get it on the floor just to restore some semblance of normalcy to this round.
I haven't picked it up yet, though.
Luckily, they've got time. That's the one thing. It felt like time was really against them, but they still have 20 seconds here. But they've got no idea where Penny is, who's walked his way all the way around to Z Connector. And while Quesarado has picked himself up the bomb, he's going to have to put it down on the floor. He's got players close by. I mean, this is a 2-on-1 clutch for him, and it was a 3-on-2 for Furia. What has happened there?
Double AWPs as well, closing out a 2-on-4. Furia just running all around the place. And Triumph, every single one of these rounds is staying so close. It's really not good for their economy. Yes, they're able to drag their way through things, but you're just looking at their cash, and it's not getting any easier for them. Pretty low amount of money. That's Ryan. He's crunching the numbers there, pointing at the screen. He's going, that doesn't look like good CT money. That's exactly what he said.
Yeah,
I could read his lips.
He did tell us in the interview he was a mathematician.
Did he?
No. But that's what I remember from
that.
it. He was a very friendly guy, and usually friendly people are good with numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Jordan's...
That's why Jordan's bad with numbers.
Jordan's bad with numbers.
Because he's really mean. Tries to sell off his friends for clout.
To be honest, all I've seen him do is just redeem channel points on ESL_CSGO-B, and I think he's trying to save up enough channel points for Mac. How many does it take to get Mac for the channel points?
100,000, I reckon.
100K?
100K.
Anyone got 100K channel points on ESL_CSGO-B?
All I want to know is who has more channel points than me, because I'm at 28,250. So I think that's a bit of a flex, but maybe I'm about to be flexed on. We'll see.
Maybe.
I do spend a lot of time watching Counter-Strike, though.
Oh, well, you're not going to have much time in this round to watch it. Art straight into the molly. Junior with the cover. Shake at the ready. And Triumph, they need this round to equalise, to tie it up at 13 apiece. But now Furia just going to be forced off for the moment. Shake, he's gone into that smoke. How's the timing? It's the one-way from Yuri as he spams through. And that's going to go back to the 4-on-4, but they still need to cross to site.
Junior's here with the AWP, though, and Penny's starting to creep up behind the smoke. Rotations are coming through from Triumph, from the A-bomb site. Plant is going down. Penny gives away his position. Bomb is planted, luckily for Henny, before he drops. Vinny gets the trade. It's still a 3-on-3 here. Furia running out of util. They've only got one molly. Triumph has enough to make a retake happen here. Ryan, very progressed. Quesarado goes for the initial challenge. Yuri will have to trade him down, but Moose is getting so much work done with the AWP.
Oh yeah, smoke on the bomb as well. Molly not going to have too much impact. Junior posted on the line at upper, and that's going to be another for Triumph. Both AWPs surviving again, so the economy will just barely be there to drop a few across. You got Shake with 2,500 in the bank. Oh, utility. Probably going to be thin on the few of the players, but again, Furia, their money's looking better.
Yeah, they've got the loss bonus. They already had money in the bank. It's classic T-side economy. They're getting these bomb plants as well. And Triumph, yes, they're picking up round after round after round, and they're doing fantastic work. These AWPs are absolutely excellent, particularly in the XVX situations, which is not usually where you see the AWPs have such great impact. But the problem is their money is still shaky as hell. All it's going to take is one of these rounds getting across the line for Furia and Triumph. They've been diminishing their loss bonus. As soon as they lose that one round, that might just be the breaking point, so they can't afford to do that.
But you got to say, Triumph has looked like the better team in this half, so there's every chance they can finish this map off as well.
The CT side has had a very good impact, shown us what Triumph is really made of. As Vinny's just going to be jiggling there at SL, making sure that no one was waiting for the drop, and that's going to be cell control out of T-Con. They come. Junior threads it, though, all the way back from Con. Now it's going to be E-Box player. Ryan falls, and that's the full rotation. Triumph, they've gone for 4 men on the defense here. Shake is, handy, nasty shot, and spots Shake trying to go over the smoke, and it's going to be the reposition to Heaven again. Let's see if they're aware of it.
I don't think that Henny is. He's got a bit of HP to play with, though, so he might be able to make this aim duel happen. Moose does drop. He's been the key for Triumph so far. 29 and 17, and it's on to Penny, who, admittedly, for his own right, has had a nice couple of rounds. It's going to be a difficult one to actually get a bomb plant in. They're definitely not expecting Penny up here in heaven, unless he makes a bit of noise. It's going to be Yuri that'll have to retrieve the bomb and walk toward the site. But Penny might have just gotten the timing wrong here. Let's see what Penny is looking at, and he does manage to clutch it out. 4 kills in the round. FURIA up to 14-13.
I told you, another 2-on-2, and you're looking at the effects on the CT economy. $1,800 in the bank account, $1,600 in the bank account for Junior and Sheikh Zula. Moves 2.2k. Triumph's going to take a tactical timeout, but there really is no good answer to the situation they're in. This is the nightmare situation.
And this is where it comes crumbling apart. This is what I was talking about before. The brick wall, it's starting
This
to
is
fall.
it's just classic CT side economy, man. I would agree with you, Jordan. I think Triumph has kind of looked like probably the better team on this CT side. A lot of 2v2s going their way, though, I will have to say. Maybe some sloppiness from FURIA. But for the most part, they played a really good game here. But the problem is that when you don't close out rounds cleanly enough on that CT side, and you diminish your loss bonus and you lose that one critical round, you're just going to lose the game. They have to make it work here with the Deagle, Scout, MP9. It's a really scuffed buy. Utility's very limited. There's no kits here for any of the Triumph players. Seeing aggression in. Furia's just ready for that. You obviously have to be. You're well aware of the money situation that the CT side is in. You can just see they're just holding the angles.
Oh, Moose is gone. Nope.
4-3.
No. What?
Art's got 4-3'd.
I don't even think it was that, but this is going to be the easiest trade of his life. Oh,
no.
Art's just going to let him go. That's fair. You probably would have been able to try to find the timing onto somebody else. But yeah, you're just seeing FURIA holding all these angles. They know that the aggression's going to come out because they've read Triumph's money very well. They're just set up on all the extremities waiting for pushes, and they punish all of them. And now they're going to send themselves into match point, reset Triumph's money again around towards that 2 to 2.5k sort of amount. It's not going to be enough to put another good buy together. And that's why I said all it takes is that one round for FURIA to win, and Triumph is just out of this map.
It's unfortunate because they've worked hard, and this was their map choice as well. I thought actually they might be able to get over the line, you know. We were saying on the desk it was going to be a nice upset if Triumph could get themselves a map in this series, and they weren't able to do that.
At the moment, Shake's hunting for that gun, but I think FURIA might have already got rid of it. Yeah, they must have. Someone did come back through Ivy, so gun not going to be left. Oh, no, he's got it. That's Junior, actually. Gets that pick over in T-Con. And now from here to 3v2. If Shake could have managed to get another rifle on the board, yes, the buy for potentially the final round of regulation could have looked a bit better, but FURIA send it over to map point now, 15-13. And look how terrible the economy is, boys. 2k for a couple of the players.
Very unfortunate.
Oh, that AK actually got retrieved and dropped over to Ivy. That's where it went.
Well, he's another buy through. At least a couple of AKs over on the Triumph side. It's better than nothing. They've got a little better utility this time around. FURIA still with plenty of cash in the bank. Yet again, you're seeing them play another slower round. More of a 2-1-2 sort of setup. Holding towards the extremities and inners. That's not ideal for Moose. Goes down to a handful of utility and a spam through the smoke as well.
FURIA going to go for the speed up here. Junior's spotted. Can't work the timing and cannot wrangle the spray. Art taps him on the noggin. CZ round the corner. Not going to be enough. Ryan falls. And this map just seems to be falling apart. Shake's going to be spotted. Well, ran into Vinny at the ready. And now it's up to Penny. 1v5 to get it over the line. And it's the spam to maybe get it done. There it is. That's the game. 16-13. And FURIA pick up map number 1 of the series.
Don't got no snakes, only ladders, ayy. They tryna figure out what's on our plate. Infinity sideways, we already ate. Skipping is basic, skipping is classic. Stay out of trouble, now I can relate. Nevertheless, I'm doing great. I just finished this thing, ain't no debate. You ain't my dog, you ain't my family, and sure as hell, you're not my mate. Yeah, I take my place at the summit. I can't wait till we counting them hundreds. I cannot lie, I ain't rich, yeah, but when I say my time coming, it's coming. And some of y'all got ahead of me, to be honest, I wasn't even running. But very soon I'ma run it. I demand it, man, I want it. Push start, ayy. Ball so hard, ayy. Raise the bar, ayy. Turn into a star, ayy. Play my part, yeah. I ain't too far. I do it big. I keep it large, okay. Live it up. This is fake, better give it up. Young, but I feel like I've seen enough. Numbers going up, better keep it up. Ain't slowing down, better live it up. About too hard, ayy. What? About too hard, ayy. What? About too hard, ayy. About too hard, ayy. They not gon' like this, don't like surprises. I cause a crisis, man, I'm a scientist. With the music I spice things, up to my liking. Man, I want nice things, nice things. This not an AK, it's a Uzi. I pull up and shoot it to movie. I'm chasing the bag, not a coochie. Cut ties with the fake, now it's Gucci. Word of my nigga from the 0 to 1. You count 6 shots and I count 2 guns. Some people still think I rap just for fun, but soon they look up to me just like the sun. Yeah, you can come over here. Swear it's like no career. Swear you got no idea. Soon you have no career. Take a good look in the mirror. They need to know that I'm here. Don't you act like it ain't clear. Yeah. Push start, ayy. Ball so hard, ayy. Raise the bar, ayy. Turn into a star, ayy. Play my part, yeah. I ain't too far. I do it big. I keep it large, okay. Live it up. This is fake, better give it up. Young, but I feel like I've seen enough. Numbers going up, better keep it up. Ain't slowing down, better live it up. About too hard, ayy. What? About too hard, ayy. What? About too hard, ayy. About too hard.
A good solid victory for FURIA on Triumph's map choice, but it wasn't without its difficulties. Triumph making a great comeback on the CT side, which unfortunately in the end was not enough for them to get that first map over the line against FURIA. The reality is for Triumph, unfortunately, that means they are now looking less likely to be able to get a map in this series. That was their map, and so that was their best opportunity, at least on paper. But FURIA have managed to pick up the win there. Welcome back to the ESL studio in Sydney, Australia. It's great to have you with us here. And I've got a couple of guys with me on the desk as well, Pilski and Mac. What's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah, not much, mate. How you doing?
What did you think about those guys in the chat that were playing a bit of silly bugger saying we sound like the Pomps?
Oh, rude bastards.
They're off their heels hoist, aren't they?
Ooh, yeah,
Tim Tam short of a packet.
That sounds like a rip-off.
Yeah, it is a bit of a rip-off.
How many Tim Tams are in a packet?
Look, mate, I'm a terrier on a tennis ball when I'm getting a Tim Tam out of the packet.
You're not answering the question.
12, I think there is,
12?
actually. Yeah,
Really?
pretty sure there's 12. Okay. But not in the double choc ones. I'm pretty sure there's only 11 in there because you get extra chocolate and therefore the net weight is overall the same.
So they're thicker.
Yes,
thicker.
They're
like
thicker.
THICC.
Yes.
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 Okay.
But there's one less of them.
Right.
So.
Well, I'll tell you who else was looking pretty thick that game. Moose. The man was loose. He was 30 bombing.
I love a good thick moose.
Yeah. Do you?
What's wrong, buddy? What's wrong,
Why
Pilsy?
have you said that?
What?
Why is that the reaction?
I just don't understand why you would say I love a good thick mousse. No one's ever said. No one's ever said those words before, and if they had, they're probably a really disturbed individual.
You don't like thick mousse?
No, I don't. Not really a fan.
But you like it light and fluffy?
I think any kind of mousse is fine. I don't really have a preference, really. The one that drops 30s is pretty good, I would say, and that's probably contributed partly to why Triumph have had such a good game there, as well as the fact that they have had both pistols won, and that the CT side went pretty well for them, Mac.
What flavour do you think that mousse is? Yeah.
What flavour of mousse? It's an animal.
My one question
We're talking about like mousse, like the dessert mousse.
Oh, the one that spelled like mouse but with 2 S's.
Look, I'm gonna. This is gonna be like one of those like stuck-up things to say, but I don't mind a bit of matcha mousse. You know, like a green tea mousse.
What a stuck-up thing to say.
That's a pretty stuck-up thing to
Can't
say.
you just go with chocolate like everybody else?
Chocolate's okay, but like green tea is the superior flavour.
All right.
You know.
All I want to know is, what is the plural of mousse? Is it meese?
It's mice.
Mice.
Yep.
Isn't that a different animal? What? It's not a different animal.
Is it?
I don't know.
Pilly, I feel like you are operating on a different level to
Dude,
Mac and myself right
You're
now.
like,
What are you guys
thinking about
talking about?
animals here? We're talking about multiple mooses.
Look, I understand derailing the death segment if you didn't have a good game.
But we're talking about you got a mouse there. Look, we're talking about mice.
Map before.
Yeah.
But that was a pretty good game of Counter-Strike, and I think it's worth talking about, to be honest.
All right,
actually,
back on the rails.
Okay,
it was on
go for
train, so
I did. I already made some points, and then Mac was asking me. I don't even know. I don't even remember because it wasn't even relevant.
because you don't like moose.
Mice?
Well, we'll let you guys decide at home. It's time for us to head to a break. Don't go too far away. Map 2 is coming up after this, and Pilski will talk all about it in a very serious fashion.
Yay.
You ready? Huh? Hey, he's a good boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Smix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help.
I encourage everyone in the community, anytime they see bullying, anytime they see someone getting called names, I encourage you to step up and say something.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
The stage is set. From your home to the arena. We proudly support the living room champions like we do the champions of the world. Providing you with the best tools in your pursuit to be a star. Euronics, official electronics retailer of ESL Pro League.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Your favorites will play soon. You hope for the win, excited about the game, but something has changed. You start to doubt. Will they pull it off, or will they drift away? You pull yourself together because you're sure they're revved up to win. You know they've prepared. They've picked the right course. And even when there's no chances, you believe they will win. GG Bet. Be excited.
Take aim, shoot your arrow, it's your time to shine, show them who you are. Stronger, gotta go faster, gotta get better, gotta work harder. It's fight or flight now, get up now. Go with the move, go for the goal, lead up the stadium, you know how it's done. Stand up, go on, it takes to fight back, don't stop until you back out, keep holding on, show him how to make a miracle.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Gaming Malta, Euronics, Mountain Dew Game Fuel, CS Money, MSI, GG Bet, and America's Navy.
Hello, welcome back. It's FURIA up 1-0 against Triumph, and so far so good for the Brazilian squad. Did take a little while to get over the line on train, but now that they've done that, things are taking a turn for the better. We have Inferno ahead. It's the map choice of FURIA, fellas, and things are looking like they're probably going to be a 2-0 today. We sort of thought maybe if Triumph was going to get a map, it would come on train. They haven't quite been able to get that one done, and so now FURIA is looking to finish this series off.
Yeah, look, Triumph aren't too bad of a shout over on Inferno either, though. At least on against Gen G the other day, they looked competitive. So let's give them the benefit of the doubt. At least I hope they show us some more good CS in at least one of the halves.
Yeah, I'm thinking that they can get this one over the line, especially if they bring to the table what we saw there on train. If they're playing that well and able to have the endurance, the consistency across the maps, then it's looking pretty good. Also, I received this airmail, Pilly, which appeared on my desk. I think it's a message for you. No, you're supposed to read it!
Hang on, I'll go get it.
Thank you. All right, well, there's a message for Pilly. Hopefully that will be found in a second. Where's he gone? No, what? No one's going to know you crossed the camp. Now they're going to think it's fake. Where's he come from? Anyway, he's back, surely. All right, here's the message that was brought to you by airmail.
Okay, I'm going to read it now, Mac. It says, remember to smile.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Just
Why did I have to wait so long for that? Like, what's the point, to be honest?
Well,
I don't need to...
You're supposed to smile. There, beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Comes across better.
And with that, it's time to head into the map. That's exactly what we've all been waiting for. It's time for Inferno. It's map number 2 here between FURIA and Triumph, who will be desperately trying to pick this one up because it is their last chance in the series. FURIA searching, of course, for that 2-0 as they move on to their own map choice.
Very nice, very cool, Jordan. I agree. They are on their own map choice. Let's see what FURIA have for us on their own map choice, on their own T side as they bust their way straight up middle towards jungle side, progression smoke over towards that pit site, and they move into that A-bomb site.
Junior and Moose have a big job to do here, but they're not going to be able to stop it as that smoke is in such a solid position to allow the wrap straight in for FURIA. Junior at least finds one, but Penny's gone down as well, trying to come in from Library. Ryan able to at least get the trade now, and that's going to be a man advantage for the retake. Junior just unable to find any heads. It's going to be Henny and Vinny doing so much work now. Ryan, nasty one coming out of Library, but they still need to find Vinny on site. Art goes in to try and make this a bit of a crossfire, a bit of a turtle, and let's see if they can get through, but the shell's too rock solid right now, and that's going to be one on the board for FURIA.
Yeah, nice cross. He makes it there, and Vinny's just able to play off of that contact. FURIA go 1-0 up. Blistering pace to start the pistol round off here, Inferno. And if we're going to see that continue in the rest of these gun rounds for FURIA, we might be in for a pretty quick half.
I would agree with you there, Jordan.
Thank you, Pilsky. That's very kind of you.
I was just watching that strat,
Remember to smile.
Pilly just took a second to think if he wanted to agree with you.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing a round breakdown of that T-side pistol strat.
I think you should.
Nah, I'm going to save it for something else. But it was pretty cool. You're just going to have to take my word for it.
What do you mean save it? The more the merrier. It's just going to be a bit of a rundown.
The P90 from Art. You love to see it. I haven't seen that since... well, AUCS in about 2014, 2015, if you remember who I'm talking about, Jordan.
Yeah.
Gaza.
Or Gaza. That'll work too.
Can he get the ace? That's the question. Do
Yes.
FURIA feed it for him?
Yes.
Go for some more. Go for gold.
Look at him go. Look at him go.
Oh,
that's a man that's going to get the
accuracy.
ace.
Send him. Here he goes.
Woo! It's
Henny.
Boom.
Nah, that's it. Henny.
That's not a Pog 90.
No, Henny, get out of here. You're off the team.
Yeah, I actually reckon that is probably kick worthy.
Oh, he's run out of ammo. Oh, no.
I'm actually impressed. I didn't know. I don't think I've ever seen anyone.
Shh. Is he making the clicking sound? Can we go back on
Yeah,
that?
yeah. That was a clicking sound. Turn your sound up, Pilly.
Shh. It's just the bomb noise. It's just the bomb noise. Why?
I just like hearing the clicking.
Ding, 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 ding.
All right, cool.
Ding, ding,
Cool, man.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, that's filthy.
Sick entries. Yes! He's on board.
Oh, I have to give the replays man a big kiss.
Oh.
Oh, hey.
That's a special surprise on
Cap of pride. I didn't get any
Thursday
kisses.
morning.
Mwah. That's just how we reward great performance here in ESL Australia.
Do you like that one?
Yeah.
I kept it sloppy for you.
Oh, nice shot.
That was not a sloppy shot from Quesarado. That was sharp. That was crisp.
These SMGs just really put in work. And Art again with the P90. He is on the hunt. He's got 50 in the mag and he's looking for all three of these CTs. Over towards Tree. There's nothing that can stop him. Now going to be stuck in the corner.
Oh,
27
the pre-fire.
HP and gets another. It's going to be Ryan last, or Moose last alive rather, who's actually over towards that A site. But the round the world has been way too strong.
Oh, that's a nice shot. Then he cops one to the head. Here goes Art. Again, the P90 going to town. He doesn't even want the AK. Screw that. Oh, he does. That's disappointing. Would have thought we'd get to see the P90 instead of the MAC-10.
Well, buy up here for Triumph. First gun round, they get all that utility that they've been wanting to get their hands on here. This is where they need to start getting themselves on the board. Got Junior on that AWP now. 3 players over towards Banana side. You've just got Ryan setting up that smoke. On towards the half-wall side, the one-way, just in case the Molotov comes out for FURIA, but they don't actually throw the Molotov right off the bat. Instead, taking things a little slower. Quesarado ready with the supportive utility. That's great from Sheikh Silva. Bit of an off angle on top of the barrel. Nets that man advantage. And he's still playing relatively aggressive. Needs to be careful not to get caught off guard here.
Oh. And Ryan not going to be able to find the timing. He falls as well. That's going to be at least banana control for now. Shake trades it through. And that brings it back to the 3-on-3 situation. Junior and Moose, this is a nice setup on the A site. Grave and Pit. But the problem is FURIA again going for the wrap all the way around the world. Shake has to prioritize keeping control of banana. He's heard the footsteps coming in on the flank.
Yeah, okay, Serrato also has to slow down a little bit here because if he does die and drops that bomb in Banana, that's where situations that are quite problematic can arise for FURIA. Needs his 2 guys coming from CT to get the work done, which is what will eventuate in the end. There'll be a flash through here to try and get K Serrato into the site, which will prove successful as he jumps across. It's worked out for FURIA. Pretty dangerous situation for a moment, but they get it done, and this will be 4 on the trot. Nice start to the map, which is, I mean, exactly what Triumph was able to get as well, actually, if you remember on Train. They were up 4-0 as well.
Yeah, let's see if Triumph are going to have that resilience. They're on that CT side, so I'd imagine it's going to be pistols and armor around this AWP if they're even able to save it. Vinny on the hunt through carpets here. Going to be a game of timing. And, oh, that's filthy from Junior. He's lucky to get away with that one. Still retain that AWP. Just turns around and hits him with the quick 1-tap on the no-scope.
Still being chased down, but might just survive through here. He looks like he's gotten the timing right, but no. Continues to face toward the bridge, and that's where Yuri can catch him. So no AWP going through to the round.
Yeah, FURIA choose not to pick that AWP up. Wanting to play 5 rifle here. AWP is obviously not something that works that well on Inferno some of the time. Yeah, you are right. P90 back on Art.
Hey guys, there's a P90 again.
Let's just go on the P90 cam. To be honest, I'm down. If the Observer wanted to take a break, this would be the time for it, to be honest. Just chuck it on Art and get up and walk away.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah, go grab a drink, mate. You'll be right. Art will provide all the entertainment in this round. And
never mind.
He's like, come on, flash me in.
Oh, yeah,
Someone flash me
he
in.
was asking for
I'm
it.
ready.
Yes! Oh my God, FURIA.
Hey, at least he asked for a flash first. I've seen him just W through it.
Yeah, he's going to keep Wing right into the Deagle. No. Shanked in the back. There you go, Junior. Shuts it down, and actually, this could fall apart for FURIA. One more shot for Junior. Probably would have done it, but Yuri has stabilized. Not expecting Ryan, but still wins the duel.
Unfortunate.
Oh, man, what a round. What a round.
Off angle from Shake Zul up. Oh, work out for him. FURIA a little bit too switched on, and now Moose all on this lonesome. Yuri's just sitting in towards Library there, trying to play some off angles.
Well, Moose has an AK now, but he's been making a bit of noise. His position should be known. And, well, okay, Serrato was ready for it. Took a couple of shots, but that's fine. 5-0 the scoreline. Do we see the P90 again?
We'll see the double AWP here from Triumph, and it does come out. That's where they did a lot of their good work on Train. Also, they ran it against Gen G the other day, the double AWP setup on the CT side, and I think it went a little better for them than some of the other buys. My big issue here is, again, it's a similar situation to Train. Look at FURIA's economy. Even after they burn through all of this cash in the bank, that's when the loss bonus is going to start to kick in. So Triumph really have their work cut out for them.
Ooh, missed opportunity from Junior. He was hunting for it though. Looks like we've got FURIA just prioritizing banana control, but Shake is not going to be forced back. Panny falls, and now Shake has a big job to do. So close, and the trade doesn't quite come through. 4 HP, and
How is he alive?
Snag another. Very unfortunate there for Triumph, but FURIA doing good work to turn it into a 2-for-1 trade.
They do, and they've got smokes now for FURIA to get across into the B bomb site. One goes towards Coils, one in towards CT spawn. And that should allow a pretty safe bomb plant here once Vinny's cleared things out. Ryan, hiding behind the smoke, does get a sense of some of the bullets heading in his direction, and this will be a tough one for Triumph to save in again because Yuri is on that A bomb site. Playing a bit of an off angle here as well.
And not able to get the double. And look, Ryan saving this M4. Oh, AWP, maybe. But I don't know if it's going to be able to do too much work in the next round anyway. Leg spotted. And there's another Ryan. Big damage on the exit as FURIA are fully committed to the hunt here.
Yeah, just trying to get this AWP across the line. You guys want to see something disgusting?
I'd love to see something disgusting.
Yes! Yes, I would.
All right.
Show it to me.
Take a look at this, right?
What's in the box?
Old mate Art's here in the smoke. You got old mate Penny over here.
Yep.
Some of your best buds.
Yep.
Look at what Art does to him. This is how he does him. You ready?
Ah, yes.
Oh,
I'm feeling
And he's
very
even
thank
just
you.
pre-firing Sheikh Zula in that smoke there. That's just filthy. Chuck timeout here for Triumph.
Well, they need it. They're down 6-0, so it's about time to call one.
The problem is, right,
Yes.
with how much money FURIA have, this half is kind of almost already over.
Right.
Even though we're only 6 rounds deep, heading into the 7th, like, they've already got such a strong economy on the T side that on the CT side, the best you can hope for is to try to claw back as many rounds as you can, try to, you know, get through with a couple of cheeky buys and then go onto your own T side and have a pretty solid run of things.
Luckily, they saved the AWP at least, so there's kind of something to buy behind. Pistol armor. Always a chance for Triumph. It's going to be in Junior's hands for now. Does manage to get across into apartments. I think he's going to take a peek into second mid, which might not work out too kindly here for Triumph. Yes, he might get the kill onto Yuri. But look at how far FURIA have already progressed towards that B bomb site. Just waiting for that right timing to send Art
Is
in.
Art
P90.
just fully committed to the P90 for the rest of the game?
He's got 2 roles in this game, P90 and
Psychological warfare.
Quick scope all
No! Why have you done it to him? Why has he done it to him? He's just jumped around the corner.
He's already in Triumph's heads. He has been for a few rounds, and he's just continuing to make this one happen. Surely, is he asking for a flash?
He certainly is.
At least he's being polite about him running through smoke this time. Okay.
Wait, Art's the only one with a flash.
Flash yourself for it.
Art, you're the only one with the flash. I guess I'm just going then.
No, he's going to save the AK. Ah, well. Fun doesn't last that long in this round.
You're just mollying some players out of position through the smoke. This guy's game sense is just out of this world. Flash off the top of the roof. That's filthy. He's just so aware. Does go down at the end, but still.
I mean, whatever.
Watching Art play is just it's fantastic.
It's just Art.
No, that's a little too easy. You didn't really have to reach very hard for it.
It's a start.
It's something that you'd put in your cart if you were doing some online shopping.
Yeah.
Nice. I think that's Art. It might have been one of those pictures where it's like, you know, some pixelated. You know when they do those squares, square renderings of an artwork.
Yep.
That's what that webcam quality was.
It was a square rendering of art work. Omega lol.
I'm sure there's a name for that. Look at him he's just going to walk up carpets and try to AWP someone in towards jungle's side. Watch him do it. Here it goes. Single scope. I've seen him do this.
Movement
There's the smoke onto the jungle side. I'm going to highlight this for sure. Junior's been pushed off that line. Art slips onto the line, tries to catch that rotation. Wasn't the player he was looking for, but he still does get the tag onto Ryan.
Yeah.
You love to see it from FURIA.
Oh, and you'll have to see that from K Serato as well. Sheikh Zula should be getting that frag every day of the week. Now it's a double. K Serato, he's cracked open the B bomb site, and he'll get in there pretty quick as well. Smoke goes down. Rotation comes off for FURIA, but Moose is in such a good spot. He should get one. Big spray onto Yuri. And K Serato also falls over at the B bomb site. It's Vinny alone now. And FURIA, maybe they've just gotten a little bit too loose.
I don't know if there's any way to get back in the round for Vinny from here. He is the native res god, and he's going to be going for it because there's money for days.
35 seconds, all you have to do is bang a couple of heads out on the A bomb site.
So much util to rotate here. Moose, I think he's just going to hold on to it. Smoke into apps right now would be the ticket to success, but it looks like it's not going to be coming. Just staying silent, staying hidden. Speaking of, Moose spots it. There's the first. No way. Oh, Ryan. Okay, he gets away with it this time.
All right, I wanted to take a look at that round. You do see Mr. Art here. He's in towards carpets. You're going to see old mate Vinny. He's going to chuck out this jungle smoke in a second here. And basically what this does is it's going to push this jungle side AWPer over here to wrap towards Moto's side. And he's just, look at Art creeping up in carpets, looking for that pick.
They're trying to just catch one of those CTs off guard as he moves back through Moto side. Does end up going towards Ryan instead. But small plays like that, pushing and pulling the rotations with utility and looking for picks.
Well, in all of that, Triumph have gotten themselves their first round on Inferno. So it's one step on a very, very large ladder. Got some climbing to do. Util usage has already been pretty good in this round from Furia. Penny and Sheikh Zula drop down to nearly half HP. Flash goes through the smoke. Furia are not afraid at all. They're just going to continue to push on forward. Art takes that shot though. And we're down to a 3-on-5. Junior and Ryan combining a nice crossfire. And it's going wrong for Furia.
Be a good round for Triumph to be taking it away, especially with 5 guns surviving. Caserado seeing if he can try and go for some damage here.
Oh, Penny locks it down and Triumph finally start to get a few on the board before it's too late. But look, 2-7. If they can make this an 8-7 half, yes, there's a chance, but they're going to really start to band together if they want any chance. And I don't know if I can see it, but oh, I can see Junior's beautiful curly locks there.
Yeah.
What shampoo do you reckon he uses?
Maybe it's Maybelline.
That's a makeup.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
That's how you know Mac. Mac just doesn't have any sense of
the
beauty products.
Mac's one of those guys that uses the 3-in-1 body wash,
No,
shampoo, and
no.
conditioner.
Does he even use body wash?
Let me do my thing, all right? L'Oreal. You're worth it.
That's makeup again, isn't it?
No, it's not. They do the other bits as well.
They do the hair thing too.
I swear. I have to Google it now. Jesus.
Look, how do you think he keeps that mustache looking so good? He must have a pretty decent shampoo for that.
You don't shampoo your mustache.
His mum probably
Why
buys
not,
it
mate?
for him.
It's hair.
Dries out your skin, brother.
I'll dry your skin out in a sec.
What is with you? What is with you and the brother today?
Get out of here, brother. Oh, Shake. He's waiting for this aggression, but it's straight through the smoke, and it's going to be the first victim. Vinny wants to go for the trade now as Shake just continues to play around the nades, but he's not going to expect him at car, except that smoke is still fading. That's going to be a freebie, and Vinny wants to just walk into sight now. Penny, last line of defense on the B side.
Is indeed, does get smoked off for the time being, and he actually pushes straight through it. You do see a couple of picks going back and forth, and Furia have at least secured that bomb site for now. They're going to try and put the bomb down as the CTs rotate through CT spawn side.
That TK as well.
The Flash actually doesn't connect onto Hanny all that much. He gets the kill onto Ryan, brings it back to 3-on-2, and it'll be immediately the save called by Junior. He's out of there. Moose is going to have some running to do as well. So it was a couple of rounds, a bit of a silver lining for Triumph, but it hasn't lasted long. The dark clouds continue to build above their second map.
I hate when that happens.
It's quite rainy in Sydney actually this morning.
Yeah, yesterday it was pouring all day.
I hope
got
it's raining
soaked.
today.
I got soaked a couple of times.
I like to sleep when it's raining. What about you?
I do too, yeah. I just have a negative association with rain and getting wet in my head, just due to it. Oh, actually Yuri who got that kill.
Yeah, look, you're right.
He's lying on the flowers, mate. Get off.
You're
gonna squish
Jordan,
him.
as a gardener, how does that make you feel?
I am a bit of a green thumb, and I will tell you, Pilski, that is not going to be healthy for those flowers.
What do you mean? It's good fertilizer, blood and bone.
No, it's too heavy. It's going to squish them. They're not getting any sunlight. No wonder all your plants die, Mac.
No, it's not my fault. Sorry, Jess.
Can't
Anyway,
be putting dead bodies on them.
Good mollies, just looking for full control of Banana there. Triumph continuing to force the fact, and Shaky's on the line. It's just a matter of one flash, and this should be done. But going dry, Art not going to be traded. Okay, Penny at the ready. Vinny's another victim, and that's going to be the two-man advantage.
Definitely doing much better in this round, Triumph. He's going to look to try and salvage things here. He's got the position to do it from, working his way through apartments. The other two sort of stuck in Banana for the moment. That's a nice shot from Henny, actually. Sheikh Zula does go down. They could actually get into the B bomb site now. It's all on the shoulders of Penny.
They're trying to pull some rotations, actually. Bomb back towards T-Stairs, and Yuri, he's poking towards jungle side, trying to find the right timing to swing out here with this M4.
Junior creeps up onto the angle. Could get caught off guard here.
And more or less will. Bit of a messy spray initially from Yuri, but it's not going to be a problem in the end. And now here comes the rest of FURIA. The cavalry have arrived, but Moose might be there to stop them. And that's exactly what Yuri is doing against Ryan, stopping him in his tracks. So unless Moose gets a double here, the round might be well and done. Perfect spot to do it from, though, in carpets. And Henny's not going to have a good time of trying to trade that with an AWP.
They're going to scramble onto the site. Safe plant behind the cold box there, and the Molotov goes a little awry as Moose trying to commit to the spray. Doesn't quite finish Yuri off.
This is rough, though, for FURIA. They can't get off the bomb site, so Triumph know exactly where they are. Health advantage is massively there for Triumph. This is a retake that's well and truly winnable, but good shots from FURIA could make the difference. There's one from Henny, and Penny, he gets the timing wrong. Henny's got a double. Headshot comes out, and FURIA will win the round.
I cannot state how good that mid-round was from FURIA in the 3-on-5. That was ridiculous. The flash to set Henny up towards Banana, gets the pick on Shake, then they apply utility pressure to that B site, pulling some rotations while Yuri slips up bracket. They cause that one rotation through CT and catch Junior coming around through jungle side and then reroute back to the A side after causing that rotation.
And look, a bit of Henny on Penny action is always welcome as well.
You love to see it. But that's why FURIA is just such a sick team. You don't see many other teams mid-rounding that well. You know, even teams like Team Liquid have some trouble with some mid-rounding and things like that. That was just fantastic from FURIA.
In Caserado, teaming up to take Banana control. Triumph not wanting to hold it just with the Deagle. Shake down to 18 HP and make it 0. Penny gets the trade with the spam. Finds the head eventually, goes back for some more, but Caserado makes the trade look easy, and that's going to be B site completely found for FURIA. Now, that bomb just needs to rotate through. Let's see if Ryan can get anything done at mid. Doesn't look like it. Just staying silent. Not going to get his hands on that AK. And it seems like retrieving these rifles is priority at the moment. The other one, however, all the way at the top of Banana. You don't want to be going in that direction. So let's see if Junior can maybe find an exit.
I think problem here for Triumph is that in their game against Genji, given it was a weaker opponent the other day, they had a little bit more solid of a T side, if I remember correctly. But if they're not able to get even just a couple more CT side rounds across the board here, they're not going to get the time to play that excellent T side that they've shown that they can showcase. They're just going to be out of the game.
Yeah, time definitely is running out for Triumph. Maybe they can salvage something here. Doesn't look like it. Junior's going to just back off, and Ryan at least has taken that AK through, but FURIA up to 10, and that's double digits now. Off to a real banger of a start here on Inferno, and it's maybe not even fair to call it a start anymore because we might be actually getting towards the later stages of this map. Only 6 rounds required now from FURIA.
It's a rough situation to be in. 8 rounds down against FURIA on the T side. And they're not done yet. That second half is going to be where the damage can be done to Triumph. Early 3-man setup over towards the B site. You got Ryan. Just throwing that smoke to deny the car molly, but it's going to be a nade to try and slow Shake down, but it's going to be Shake taking Art nice and easy. And again, Triumph have had so many rounds where they've at least managed to get this man advantage with the pick at Banana, but they still can't capitalize on this advantage.
Yeah, FURIA does not look like they want to give up control of Nana, and Penny is going to have to run back through that molly, costing him a bit of HP. Another flash goes through. FURIA are really investing a lot of util to get control of this part of the map. Now that they have done that, they have to start focusing on brackets, which Triumph is certainly looking to control. And Fury, well, he found the timing. I mean, I guess I get what he was trying to do there. It's just not gone his way, which is fine. I think that was the right intention. But it puts FURIA back down to a 3-on-5.
You got to give it to Moose, who was at the ready with the rifle in hand.
Yeah, sure.
They've shown they can mid-round their way out of a difficult situation before, but a double setup towards the bracket.
Oh, they've heard the scope. Henny's on the line. Timing, not favouring Furia. This time, Junior.
Oh.
Not going to be ready for that. The human bait is more than enough. The jump across, and now it's the wrap in towards the A site as Vinny tries to make his way through pit. Henny with another. It's a 5v3, which Furia's brought right back. There's the advantage.
Wow.
Triumph. How has the defense crumbled one more time?
It's just great synergy between Furia's players and some very, very sharp shooting on the AWP.
Yeah, you could really see that second shot coming for Henny when I think it was Moose that was sort of hiding down in pit, head ducked down. I was thinking as soon as he puts his head up here, he's going to get it whacked off. It's like a whack-a-mole game. And
it's been a while since you've used that one, so
Henny
I'll
obliges.
let you do it.
You like the whack-a-mole one?
Now we just need to get Mac to stop saying God's work.
God's work.
Yeah, that's your crutch phrase at the moment.
Mac is a very pious young fellow.
Yeah,
so
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, Holy Communion, you know, up, down, left, right.
But you can't have bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can still break bread.
Body of Christ out the window.
Can't have any grog, you know. what good am I to him?
You can't have the body of Christ. You can't have the blood of Christ. What's the point, mate? You're not getting a feed, are you, Mac?
I just got no faith, Mitch. I've just got no faith anymore.
Have you got any faith in Triumph left, mate?
I don't know at this point. Furia, like I always had him as the favourites here.
Yeah.
As expected, but also.
So wait, you're saying they're your favourite?
Triumph gave us a little bit of faith in that first.
What about Cloud9?
So
I thought Cloud9 was your favourite.
Yeah, are you biased now towards Furia or what?
What? What?
What?
Me?
Yeah.
No bias.
Oh, Penny does drop. Sheikh Zula, though, is ready for the trade and nearly gets Henny as well. Leg shot.
That was a double off set up towards B, by the way, for Furia. Vinny just trying to go for a bit of a missed play, something you do when you're that far ahead. Just walking through a smoke on a bit of a timing. Doesn't work out for him.
Does not. Potential for another 11-4 first half, though. Furia were able to get 11 on their first half of train. And they've already got it here on Inferno, but they'll be looking for a bit more. Couple of 3-on-5s that they've now won, so a 3-on-4 should be relatively routine, one would imagine. And he's still alive as well, and he was a large proponent of the success in those clutches. But this time toward the B-bomb site instead of A. Couple of smokes available, one for CT, one for coils.
I'm just worried for Triumph because Henny's still alive. The man's been hitting everything. And again, Ryan needs to group up with Shake now, but it's just going to be the entry straight through the smoke, not spotted, and that's going to be a nice one. Case Serrato finding Shake, and back to the 3-on-3 we go. It's happening again, boys.
It is indeed. Ryan's going to work his way across with that UMP. Does he take the aggressive line? Might have even been spotted there by Case Serrato. Henny's certainly watching the angle now as well. Wants to get back across into dark, maybe. Actually just posts aggressively. I wonder if Triumph are going to be expecting that. No one will push Henny off the line. The flashes probably won't connect onto him either. Incendiary goes through. That's going to hit Case Serrato. He's out of the picture now, but it is still a 2-on-3. Henny changes his position. Now gets caught by a flash, but still the shotgun orb close range. He's just too good, ladies and gentlemen. All three, and Furia will win the round. He's not even phased.
Yo, that was sick. Again, I called it. I was like, Henny's alive. Anything could happen, and he's done it. The 1v3, and nasty shot to finish as well. The fact that he's allowed to do that is absolutely ridiculous.
This guy is insane.
He's having a great game. T-side AWPing on Inferno is not easy, but he's making it look fantastic. Setting himself up on all the right angles, and the raw adjustments are just so on point. Triumph now into the last round of the half. Glass Cannon AWP, almost no utility. They're going to get bullied out of Banana right from the get-go from the superior utility usage of Furia. They're just sending it straight through the smoke, Jordan.
Art's got the P90. You know where he's going to be going, straight at the CTs. He's only been able to get one, but that's okay. Still favourable trades for Furia. Maybe not HP-wise, but if Case Serrato can open up this frag, that's the round done and dusted, surely. 3-on-1 for Junior. Doesn't matter how much HP they've got. He's got an AWP.
Had control of the bomb, but he didn't know it. He didn't see it. It was just down below it, so... it was actually around the corner. Anyway, it looks like Furia, they're going to go for the reposition back towards A, maybe. Very split up considering the scenario. They're all very low. Smoke at Moto. Draws Junior back. And all he needs to do is use that USP. But of course, he doesn't know all three of them are this low.
Yeah, I don't think that he's going to expect them all three. That's why he's going to still keep the AWP out. He might know 1 or 2 are low. Doesn't really matter. Henny's just way too good at the moment. 15 and 6 for the half. That's unbelievable. And a very, very good scoreline as well for FURIA as they do get the 13-2 secured.
Will you follow me under when I'm crumbling? Every night I wonder, will it ever end? Sometimes I can barely breathe, dear. Sometimes I don't wanna be here. Will you follow me under when I'm crumbling? Every night I wonder, will it ever end? Sometimes I can barely breathe, dear.
Thirteen to 2 the scoreline, and FURIA really just demolishing that first half, largely thanks to Henny. But you look across the board and every single player on the roster is having an impact as well. Things are so skewed towards FURIA that the odds cannot even be represented with a numerical figure, fellas. 13-2, I mean, I'm not sure that I'm seeing Triumph come back from this.
Yeah, probably not. Let's be real, they put up a pretty decent fight in that first map, at least on one of the halves, but on Inferno, it's been very one-sided. Let's give them benefit of the doubt. I think the T side was their better of the two when we saw them play against Genji the other day on Inferno, but will they even have the time to be playing very many T gun rounds? I'm not sure.
Well, let's see. It all starts here on the pistol, as per usual. Moose going to be leading the charge into apartments.
Yeah, I
with
think
Henny is the first line of defense.
I think it's just going to be the smoke on Moto and the one chimney flash out from Sheikh Zulot to send the rest of the lads out carpets here. Actually, it's the flash towards Banana, so they're just going to go dry straight out carpets. See how this goes for him.
They're going up against Henny, and he's been sharp so far. There's one kill already for the USP. Looking for more, but won't get it. Junior's bouncing up and down like a bunny rabbit. Not that that's going to help him out too much, because Case Serrato and Yuri are there to help out. It's good trades for FURIA. A 3-for-1 so far. Bomb plant, nowhere to be seen for Triumph.
See how the timing goes. Vinny Spots Moose over there, but it's going to be the fast wrap. Shake now trying to even up the numbers and gets his mitts on that USP. K-Serrato still going to be hiding in pit with a solid crossfire onto Yuri. They just need to worry about Shake coming in. And over in apartments, you got Art as well. So this little triangle of defense is going to be too strong for the moment. Art's going to be spotted, but Shake at least has a chance. If K-Serrato goes for another peek, up the top he goes. No, it's the swing as Art is just full of confidence again. And that's going to be 14 on the board for Furia. This is going to be a quick half, boys.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
About as quick as your summary of that, Jordan.
Yes.
What do you think about the game?
Yes. I'm feeling very thank you.
Hey, Jordan. Are you a bad caster?
No.
N-O Megalol.
Chat would disagree.
No.
MP90.
Yes.
I like.
MP9?
No.
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 Triumph?
No.
Furia?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Bias casting.
Oh.
No.
Yes.
God, I hate when I have to listen to
Definitely.
bias casters. All right, Art, come on. I mean, there's a smoke right there. You know what you got to do. Who's behind him? K-Serrato. He's got a flash. Like, come on.
Do it. Art's got the Zeus and the P90, so he's like, which one can I shower them with bad manners more?
Oh. Do it.
Do it. Do it to him. Do it.
I see you too have watched Star Wars before. Well, this is a nice bait and switch setup, if nothing else, for Furia.
That was terrible.
Oh,
that was good. That was a much better cleanup. UMP better than P90.
Beautiful.
No.
Better loss bonus. Better cleanup.
No.
But not better.
But not cooler.
Not cooler and not better psychological damage. That's where the P90 really gets its value. Look at it. Oh, he's so happy. He's just having a good day. I guess I would too if I was up 15-2.
Yeah, just everything in their stride. They get to go out to brekkie early.
Brekkie?
Yeah, that's probably breakfast over there too, right?
Time check?
Can I get a time check?
Breakfast here, 6:53 a.m.
Almost 7 a.m.
Beautiful. I think in America, it would be probably like getting towards the Arvo to dinner time, mate.
I could go for a surf.
Yeah?
It's getting pretty warm over here.
Well, let's see if Triumph can get themselves any more rounds here before the end of the game.
Let's go.
This would be a good way for Triumph to get around.
Let's go.
Do it.
Do it. This is literal do it. Because he's got the power of...
Look at the back of that Zeus. It's full green bars ready to go.
Oh, he's so ready. He's
Maximum power.
He is so getting a kill here, boys.
He's charged his battery today.
100%.
Oh,
He's giving it away.
Nah, that's the bait.
Did they see
It's the
Zeus?
bait.
Surely. They've seen it.
Oh,
Yay! And I think that might just be the map over and done with as well, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 4-on-2, although Art decides he wants to re-peek and does give Triumph maybe a little bit of a chance back in the round. Ryan's also caught one. But Vinny stabilizes. Bombs dropped in Banana.
Oh.
Goes there as to where Ryan is as well. Oh, my word. Through the smoke. They keep giving him the opportunities, but it won't matter. It's a 2-0 today for Furia, and they had a bit of fun on Inferno, but they do win it 16-2, and they give themselves the 2-0 scoreline in ESL Pro League Season 12.
You just gotta love yourself. Yeah. You just gotta love yourself. You thought that I was blind,
But to be honest, I don't mind, cause I don't feel the same way I used to do. Every time I see you, I know the truth. Cause baby, every fucking time you've played me, you should know that I don't give a single fuck about you and your words. All the times you lied to me, I took notes. I don't know what to say. I thought you loved me, but you ran away. I've been living in the shadows for a while. Demons calling me from the afterlife. Dark doesn't faze me anymore. I can see my tears into gold. Yeah, yeah. I don't care, no, I don't care. Yeah, yeah. I don't care, I said, cause baby, every fucking time you've played me, you should know that I don't give a single fuck about you and your words. All the times you lied to me, I took notes. I don't know what to say. I thought you loved me, but you don't. I know people come and go away. Sun's low, that's my time to shine again, again. Cause baby, every fucking time you play me,
there's no defense, I'll buy it if I want it. I'm going supersonic, come on, beg for it. Alright, okay, running out of luck, too much in my cup, Nishi run it up. Why you always tripping like you top, cause you not my team pop. Shorty, I know, why you always tripping like you top, cause you not my team pop, my team pop.
Who really got the block, sipping to rock in a cop car, they say they wanna party with us, well, that's not much, be that poofy, it's a la la.
It's a 2-0 today for FURIA as they get themselves over the line against Triumph. The first map, a relatively close affair, but the second, really anything but. And I think it was quite perfectly wrapped up by that Zeus kill. Art getting himself another one, another fancy kill. He was running around with the P90 in that map as well. So really just having a bit of fun, it felt like, for FURIA, and they just had such an easy time getting over Triumph. The important news for FURIA there is, though, that they've managed to secure a 2-0 now in ESL Pro League. They're doing well. They're getting themselves higher up in those standings, and they're looking like a team that's going to push the issue towards the top.
Yeah, you would hope so. I think that they've sort of I don't know, the Cloud9 game was quite close, but at least in terms of Triumph, gotten some of the less difficult opponents out of the way a little bit earlier on in the piece. They still do have quite a few tough opponents left over. I think you're looking at Liquid and EG in particular. Yep. But even maybe a team like 100 Thieves, you know, they're down 0-2. They're like that wounded animal where, you know, they have a lot of potential. They have a lot of firepower in the roster. If they actually get their stuff together and they feel like they're getting pressured out of this group, that might be a difficult opponent for you as well.
Yeah, certainly. But with that said, FURIA are progressing quite nicely at the moment. Obviously, to touch on Triumph as well, Mac, things haven't gone their way today. Admittedly, they did come in as the underdogs into this matchup, so we were sort of expecting FURIA to get the win. I was hoping, actually, to see Triumph finish that map of Train off because they did get very close. They almost made that comeback happen, and that felt like the possibility for them to get a map on the board.
Yeah, there was a chance, and look, there was almost a chance there on Inferno, but the fact was FURIA stacked on, was it 7 rounds before Triumph even got 1? Yeah. So at that point, you're thinking, oh, I think it's a bit too far gone. So yeah, they managed to find some momentum, but there just wasn't really anything left in the tank, and FURIA was just having fun. and still winning at the same time. You could see the P90 buys, the Zeus buys, there's R8s in there, especially over on Train as well. They were just here to have a good time today and just take it in their stride, and that's exactly what they did.
Who was your standout? And I think this is going to be a hard question, actually, because across that two-map series, there was a lot of good players for that FURIA roster. Mac, you're giving me a bit of a shake of the head, so you must have someone definitely in mind.
Henny. He has 1 in his name, and he was #1 today.
Do you agree, Pilsky?
Yeah, I'd say Henny, probably. Although Art always has a special place in my heart.
Well, that was beautiful. That was just like you're a poet, you don't even know it. And I just...
Look, that's interesting.
I'm not afraid to show
Art
it.
actually
tugging at my heartstrings.
Art got you to smile without anyone telling you to smile.
I think Art would get me to smile if I just saw him as well. He's got one of those smiles that you just you have to smile yourself.
Indeed. Well, welcome to the Mountain Dew Game Fuel post-match. We're here to talk all about what happened in that last one. And fellas, fairly straightforward day at the office for FURIA, it feels like.
Yeah, I would say so. I think Triumph looked most convincing on their CT side of Train. You have to say they got both pistols. I think that's something you highlighted before, Mac, and they still got 13 rounds.
Yep.
The majority of those were on the CT side. T side was unconvincing, and Inferno, by and large, was quite unconvincing from them. Nice to see Moose have a good game, though, because we do know what that man's capable of.
All right, fellas, it's time. I know what everyone has been waiting around for. They're all fans of him in the chat. So let's bring Art into the conversation. Obviously, to start off with, we have to congratulate you, Art, on a nice victory.
Thank you. I'm laughing because I'm happy that I have a special place in your heart.
All right.
Of course you do, mate.
Well, let's see if we can change that, because we do have a little game to play with you, Art. I know last time you were having a chat with us, you were quite impressed with Mac's shirt, the orange shirt, if you remember.
Yes.
So now it's time. If we can get the 3-shot from production, that would be great. We would like you to rate the 3 of us, 1 to 3. Who's got the best attire today, and who's got the worst?
The best clothes?
Best clothes, yes.
But there's no orange. That's tough.
What about Mac's hair? He's orange on the top here. Like this whole, I'm not really going to touch you. That's a bit weird. But,
Yeah, well, you got some orange on your face too.
That's true. Yeah.
Maybe I would say from left to right, it's 3 to 1.
Oh. I've been wrecked. Okay.
No
special place in my heart for Art. Okay, anyway, let's get back to the more serious...
The clubs always has a special place in my heart. So.
Of course. All right, well, I appreciate that. Either way, we do have a bit more of a serious discussion to ask you about. You were running around with the P90 quite a lot on Inferno, so do you want to tell us what that was all about?
It is not like I'm trolling. It's actually a serious way of playing. I just felt like we need to make more pressure on them, and it's just hard to. I don't know. Maybe I think it's hard for them to play seriously. If you're like, they feel like you are trolling, it just makes like the mindset of them playing the game differently. So I think that pressure is always good for us when they're playing like a weaker team or a new hoster, because they just get mad and they don't know what to do because they're just pushing them with P90s or anything like that. So that was more like a mental thing, but the gun is just, it's good either way on Inferno.
So you guys are off to a pretty good start in the group so far, but you've got some difficult opponents coming up for yourselves. Do you guys keep the motivation nice and high by just playing a little bit looser in these earlier couple of games as you move your way through the group? Or is it more of like a serious approach every game?
No, it's a serious approach, but every time we feel like we have the momentum, we just need to keep it going. So I think that's like one way of doing it, is just playing more loosely and try to make more rounds just out of pressure. So you don't have to play do many strats or just play more passive. You can just play more loose because it's gonna work because we have the momentum.
And I can't remember if it was you playing with the R8 or if it was Vinny playing with the R8 on Train. And I saw it and I was trying to make a case for why you guys were using it. Do you want to give us a bit of insight on that one?
Yeah, it's actually Vinny. He plays with the R8 because in the first buy rounds, it's better for him to drop a scout for me or for Henny, and he buys the R8 without Kevlar, and the one shot of R8 in the body is like a 70 damage or something like that. So it's just like a scout. So he just plays like a scouter with the R8. So it's actually a very solid weapon on Train at least.
I told you.
Well, there you go. I guess you're right again, Mac. A few interesting choices from you guys today, but look, we can't complain when you get over the line 2-0. Art, always a pleasure. Best of luck in the rest of the tournament.
All right. Thank you very much, guys, for the interview.
Cheers, mate. Very, very confident, I guess, from Furia, but, pretty relaxed, pretty chill, and there's no reason not to be after the result they get today.
Yeah, definitely. And they always entertain us. They always give us something new to look at. Feel like sometimes I watch CSGO. I've just watched the same game over and over again, play out a million times right before my eyes. I have to cast and watch hundreds of games of Counter-Strike. So when I see Furia play, every time it's like something fresh, something new, and gives me a bit of a pep in my step. I don't know about you, Mac.
Yeah, well, I'm focused on one result, and it's not the result that we saw there. It was the result that that Art rather gave us, and apparently got the short straw.
Well,
today.
Look, Mac, to be honest, I think it's going to be okay, because if you think about it, he said left to right, and if you just pretend that it's not camera left to right, then I'm sure you feel better about yourself. You might be number one.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, let's go with that.
That game was great. Furia, breath of fresh air every time you watch them play, just pulling out some experimental strategies which can really get them across the line and do some, psychological warfare with their opponent.
Indeed. And, well, speaking of results as well, Mac, we're going to jump those up on the screen and show you what's been going on in ESL Pro League today. Here on the B stream, we did have Furia up against Triumph, which resulted in a 2-0 for the Brazilian squad. Not a huge surprise. Expectations certainly were that it would be a 2-0. On the mainstream, things a little bit different. They get their 3 matches every day. It was a 2-1 for Complexity to start off the day. Then NIP got a 2-1 over Mouse Sports, which I think went to quite the distance. There might have been an OT in there as well, fellas. And currently, Astralis and Vitality going head-to-head, I say, in Map 2 at the moment, because it's 1-0 for Astralis. And that'll be on ESL_CSGO if you're interested in checking that one out. That's a pretty big matchup, fellas.
Well, even the one before, I think that's Nip's first win on the board finally. Had a bit of a rough start, a couple of rough opponents, but they managed to get over Mouse, and Mouse now not going to be up there with Complexity at the top of the group.
All right, well, it's my favourite time of day, right? Because we get to see what's coming up for us tomorrow, and I'm always looking forward to tomorrow. So it is going to be G2 and ENCE. Oh, we got a good one.
Oh, they gave us a great game.
They gave us a good one.
Hey,
boys.
okay.
Can't complain about that one. Let's see what's on the mainstream to clash with our game and see if they got the short end of the stick. They got 100 Thieves and Chaos at the end, so it's still a pretty good one for them as well.
Yeah.
Starting off the day, Na'Vi and AGO, and Big against Heroic as well. So some pretty good games there for you on the mainstream as well tomorrow. I will say, though, I feel like G2 and ENCE, we've kind of hit the jackpot there.
I've got a theory. I feel like they're not giving us the 100 Thieves games because they're worried.
They're worried
they're
there will
worried
be
about
bias casting.
They're worried about our bias.
Little do they know, I like Furia way more than I like 100 Thieves.
Well, it's
Don't tell
actually
anyone.
Chaos that's playing 100 Thieves
I
tomorrow.
know, but they gave me a
Right.
Furia game.
Oh, okay.
They've given me a couple Furia games.
They have given us a couple of Furia
I think
games.
we all love a little bit of Furia there.
Yeah.
We do indeed. Fast becoming one of our favourite teams. Either way, fellas, it's time for us to close the show. That's the end of the day here on the B stream. We hope you've enjoyed it. Obviously, you should go and jump over to ESL_CSGO if you're interested in catching up with a little bit more of that Counter-Strike action, because there is still Vitality and Astralis going head-to-head over there. But for now, we bid you good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
I still want something that can last. You make me feel like I'm okay. We both know that you feel the same. Ooh, baby, I got nothing to prove. Talking about your best. Remember that you always get to choose. Talk to me. I just want a little bit of company. You acting like you really wanna fall for me. But baby, can you tell me who you want? Talk to me. I just want a little bit of company. Acting like you really wanna fall for me. But baby, can you tell me who you wanna be? Wanna be? I don't understand. I don't wanna be friends, yeah, I guess you got more intention. Got me pissed around the breathe, feel like another dimension. I don't wanna talk, baby, you should let it go. I don't wanna go, let me say a little now. Talk to me, I just want a little bit of company. Acting like you really wanna fall for me. But baby, can you tell me who you wanna be? Talk to me, I just want a little bit of company. You acting like like you really wanna fall for me. Oh baby, can you tell me who you wanna be? Yeah. Talk to me, I just want a little bit of company. You acting like you really wanna fall for me.
With the right CPU, you can turn any game from familiar to phenomenal. Unleash the potential in all your gaming with Intel 10th Gen processors. With its optimal balance of threads, cores, and frequency to deliver elite real-world performance, only Intel can bring Marvel's Avengers to life with in-game PC optimizations. Supercharge your Marvel's Avengers experience with Intel Core i5, i7, and i9 processors.
If you want to know what you're good at, and, well, also what you suck at, check out csgohub.com. Coming!
The stage is set. From your home to the arena. We proudly support the living room champions like we do the champions of the world. Providing you with the best tools in your pursuit to be a star. Euronics, official electronics retailer of ESL Pro League.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Your favorites will play soon. You hope for the win. Excited about the game. But something has changed. You start to doubt. Will they pull it off? Or will they drift away? You pull yourself together because you're sure they're revved up to win. You know they've prepared. They've picked the right course. And even when there's no chances, you believe they will win. GG Bet. Be excited.